Hey guys, Wally D here, and I just finished editing our very first live play video, the Chamber of Tymora. And I gotta tell you, I pretty much laughed the entire way through because just watching it again, oh man, it was a great time. I enjoyed it. That was the very first time I ever DM'd a game online, and these group of guys, I mean, they made it easy on me. And we had T Squared playing the human rogue. We had Virus playing the half orc rune guard fighter. We had Saverick playing the Aarakocra warlock. And we had Fox playing the human barbarian. And these guys were great. They did a fantastic job. And I can't thank them enough. So thank you very much, you guys, for doing this half shot adventure with me. I am a little bit of a perfectionist, so there are a couple things about the video that I wasn't too happy with. And number one was the fact that I was so damn nervous through the whole thing. Like I said, my very first live play video to post online. So the nerves were shaken pretty much until about the second beer. Then we cranked into some stouts. Then we're good. But no. But the other thing that I was a little bit disappointed about was something happened between Discord and the OBS recording studio. As soon as I dropped the very first clue into Discord chat, the video kind of flaked out on us. So that kind of sucked, but it is a lesson learned. And I very much look forward to doing this again in the very near future. And I know this is long, but it is worth it. The payoff is awesome. So I hope you enjoy this video. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you at the end. On to the next. Hello there, adventurers, and welcome to Wally DM. Today I'm joined by a few of my friends, and we are going to do a live play of a puzzle video that has just been released on my channel. Well, in real time anyway. At the time we're playing this, it has not been released yet. So what we're going to do is do what I'm going to call a half-shot adventure, which is we're going to do a small dungeon crawl, and this will be called the Chamber of Tymora. And if I can introduce everybody on the screen that I have, we'll go to my left, and we'll start off with T Squared. If you'll introduce yourself and the character you'll be playing.
I am playing Thomas Splinterhide, a rather elderly human rogue who's taken up gathering information as sort of his prime way of being a rogue. His athletic, nimble years are way past him, but his eyes and hands still remain sharp.
In the bottom left, in the orange square, we have Virus at Walk Virus Gaming.
Why, hello there. I will be playing Keflock, Herfolk Rune God Fighter. Ready to bust some heads in and find some nice books.
Very nice. And in the blue square, we have Saverick playing Salik, the Aarakocra warlock.
Hello, I'm Saverick. I am the DM over Planescape Mob. And I am playing Salik, who is an Aarakocra warlock, Hexblade.
And in the red square, we have Barry the Bard, played by Fox at HackFox on Twitter.
Hello. I am the DM for Dragons of Cthulhu, among other things. And I am playing Barry the Bard, a variant human, Bardbarian.
Okay, let's get started. So the four of you have been traveling together for a few months now. And your main quest that you are on is to bring down a gambling ring. And we are in the Harrowdale of the Forgotten Realms. And the reason that you're wanting to bring down this gambling ring is there is a goblin mob boss. His name is unknown at this time. And the only way to find this goblin mob boss is to win a series of games just simply referred to as goblin dice. And you go through the casino and going through the games, and it's like a tournament structure. And you'll go through playing games against others, and the champion gets to face the goblin boss. Now, each of you have your own reasons for wanting to bring this person down, and we may go into that at another time. But it has brought the four of you together in an attempt to end his reign. You actually had him narrowed down once, and in a small town, you were actually given pretty much the entirety of the town's money, 1,200 gold pieces. And actually, there was a fifth member of you guys as well. But you lost it all. You went to the casino and failed miserably at the games. And in fact, your fifth person, also a rogue, was caught cheating and hauled away and captured. While you were there, you did get some intel that there are a set of dice, simply referred to as the Dice of Tymora. Now, they're not magical, but they are blessed with luck by her. If you are able to obtain these dice, you would be able to return to one of the casinos, probably win a few games, and meet up with the goblin boss. So this has brought you to the town of Harrowdale, and there are some ruins there of an old temple of Tymora. And funny enough, before it was outlawed in Harrowdale, gambling that is, this temple was built on an old underground casino. At the time, they didn't know it until the foundation started to sink and a few holes open up in the floors of the abandoned temple, revealing that there is an old casino underneath. The current day Temple of Tymora, Reverend Sister Sarisha Auric, has sent a cleric with you to show you the entrance to get into this underground abandoned casino. And rumored to be within this is the Chamber of Tymora that holds the dice. So the four of you are standing in a room with no roof on it. The walls are crumbling around you, and you are staring down about a 3-foot in diameter hole looking into the darkness. The cleric bids you well and scats out of there really fast, and you overhear her mumbling something about ghosts and things of that nature. With you guys, you all have, just for the simplicity of the game and stuff, you all have just about anything that you can imagine that would be in a Dungeoneer's pack. So if you need like grappling hooks, rope, all that stuff, I'm just going to assume that you have it with you. So that is where I will turn it over to you guys. You are all gathered around staring down this hole, and it is up to you to enter the chamber.
There's darkness, like total darkness, so you would need dark vision to see through.
You would probably need dark vision, yes. So the humans will definitely need torch or lantern as far as light goes.
Me too. I don't have dark vision.
So it's just me that can see. Keflock really is the best.
She said ghosts.
Oh, don't matter if
She
there's
didn't
no...
say ghosts. She says that there's rumors of haunting and ghostly apparitions appearing throughout the ruins at sporadic times of the day.
That is so interesting. Come, hijos, let's go. I'll just like take out a torch and light it and just start heading right down.
Okay. And I assume that you're going to just fly right down into it?
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome. All right.
Is there something I could tie a rope to, or like hook my grappling hook to in the ruins?
There is, probably about 5 feet away from you. It does look like one of the pillars it might still be sturdy enough to hold you as you put a grappling hook around it and lower down a rope.
Okay, I'm going to try that.
Okay.
I'm going to yell down, "You'll catch me if I fall, right?"
No.
Well, that's reassuring. I start climbing down my rope.
All right.
I'm a fucking scrawny bird. I'm like,
Eric Kokra, what, 5 feet tall or something like that? If I
I'm
read
5
correctly?
foot tall and I'm a strength of 9. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm lucky to hold myself up at this rate.
Salik, you are able to fly down at no problem whatsoever, and shining the torch around, you see that you're in approximately a 50-foot by 50-foot room. This room it looks like the ceiling is still held together or held up by 4 pillars spaced evenly across the floor. And as long as you're okay with waiting a little bit, I'll wait on the description a little bit as your comrades enter the chamber.
Yeah, I'll just like flap above the floor a little bit and like
Okay.
kind of inspect these columns and just wait for the rest of the party to get here.
Sounds good. Thomas, you are able to climb down the rope without issue, and you are now standing on the floor inside the chamber that I just described.
I'm gonna clear the hole in case the person in heavy armor falls.
Okay. Around your feet, you do feel a few squishy things and stuff like that. Assuming that you do have a torch lit, you just look around and you see a bunch of dead rats laying about. A few of them just have the heads missing, as if something might have eaten them and decided the rest of it wasn't worth finishing off. But you are able to clear. You are able to clear the rest of the area.
Ozzy Osbourne obviously lives here. We need to get the hell out.
Let's get a couple dead rats, please.
Crazy train. Cue the music.
I will. Barry will rappel down
Okay.
the rope that's there.
As will Keflock.
Okay. The two of you are also able to rappel down the side of the wall and land on the floor of the chamber without issue. As the two of you enter the room, you see a 50-foot by 50-foot room. There are 4 pillars, as previously described. There's also what looks to be an old fountain in the middle of this room. And the fountain, there's no longer any water running through it, but there is a statue at the top that looks to be of a very gorgeous looking woman. And if you look about the sides and the walls, you will also see all kinds of statue-like artwork just sticking out of the walls.
Could I possibly make a history check to determine more information about the figure?
Sure.
That will be a 16.
16. Yes, you can definitely tell that the crumbling statue is a statue of the goddess Tymora.
Okay.
Also, how rotted are these rats?
Some of them look like they've been dead for quite a while. A couple of them look fresh. You can actually see a few claw marks in the side of them, like something might have been holding it down with the claws.
You're not gonna eat it up.
We'll pick it up. Oh, this is way too old. Go find me a fresh one.
The pillars.
Hey, you! Little tiny one! Let's see if there's any rats around. I'm getting hungry.
Salik,
You're always hungry.
Well, the sooner we can get these set of dice, the sooner we can go to the tavern and get food.
Barry, you do notice to the west a little bit that something might have fixed its gaze on you, and you see what looks like just a single eyeball in the corridor heading to the west. You only catch it for a second, though, and then you blink and it's gone. Salik, you're looking at these pillars. You can tell that the center of these pillars, they can be rotated slightly. And there is a symbol of a torch on different parts for each pillar. On different parts of it, there's a symbol of a torch inscribed.
Did anyone else see the eyeball?
There's an eyeball.
Well,
The rest
Did
of
you
you
see
did
these
not see
columns?
that.
These columns, look at this. Ah, yeah,
Did anybody see The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy?
I did.
I want the knife. Please.
oh, where did you see the eyeball?
Over there.
In the room that you're
I-
in, it'd be the western corridor.
Towards the west.
Like, are there like any cracks on the wall where, like, big enough for like an eyeball to fit through?
Make me a perception check.
Could I do investigation instead, like
Sure.
thoroughly going through the wall?
You betcha. That's fine.
Ooh, okay, that's pretty good. 21.
21. In the southwest corner of the room, on the west part of the wall, you do see what looks like a probably about a 2-inch in diameter round hole going through the wall. That's not where Barry's seen the eyeball, but it looks like something like that could fit in there.
He just saw a rat.
Could I possibly put like a ball bearing in there, like plug it up?
You definitely can. You can take out your ball bearing, and we'll come right back to that in a second. And
Okay.
what are the rest of you doing?
I would like to cast light.
Okay.
Yeah, because I want to get a closer look at these walls.
Okay. And what is the radius on light?
That is an amazing question.
I'm pretty sure light is 30-30.
I want to say so too.
30 bright, 30 dim. Pretty sure.
And what is Barry going to be doing while he's casting light?
It's a 20-foot radius.
20.
20-20.
Betty is going to go over and inspect these pillars.
Okay. So you and Salik are there. And are you going to cast light on an object there, Salik, or?
Yes, I have a small knife.
Okay.
I'm going to cast it on it and kind of hold it up.
Okay.
Here around with it.
And you're going to just explore, look around the walls. Any direction in particular that you would like to start with?
The layout of this room again was there was a
Mhm.
passage to the west, right?
There is actually a corridor going every direction.
Okay.
Again, there are the 4 pillars that look to be holding up the ceiling. The stone statue surrounded by the fountain in the middle of the room. And then to the south is where you came in at.
Okay. Let's just start at the northwest sort of corner.
Okay.
And work my way around.
Okay. And if you would make me, not related to you looking at the walls, but make me a perception check.
Absolutely. That's a 19.
Oh, that's very good. You hear towards the north something that sounds like a cat's meow. What is Keflark doing at this time?
Well, Barry had pointed out that he saw the eyeball on the west wall, yeah? Near some corridor.
Oh, what was that? Oh, yeah. Did you tell everyone that you've seen that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Keflock's gonna go ahead and peek his head in down that corridor, see if he can't see nothing.
Okay. Barry, the pillars that you're looking at, you see the exact same thing that Salik's seen. The middle section looks like it can be rotated, and there is an inscription of a torch on there. And you kind of notice as you come in, if you're standing between the statue of the fountain and the pillar, once that torch hits that area there, it kind of lights up for a second as it goes by.
Barry will rotate all of the go through all the pillars and kind of rotate them all kind of towards the statue with the torch facing the statue.
Okay. As you do that, a beam of light comes from each pillar and shines upon the statue of Tymora, lighting her up, and she seems to now just glisten in the light.
Interesting.
Does that light up the room enough so we don't need torches anymore? In this
Correct.
room?
In this room, you no longer need torches. So the statue is lit up. Keflark, you are looking down the western corridor, and make me a perception check as well.
Nat 20, so let me see what the bonus is.
You definitely see an eyeball floating there, about 30 feet down, and it almost looks like a green eye, kind of glowing a little bit, and it blinks twice and then darts off to the south, and you lose sight of it. With your with your 20, you did not see it attached to anything. It just looked like a single eyeball.
Oh, there's some weird floating ore thing down this hole. Wonder if it tastes good.
Also, with your 20 perception, you also see a dead body lying on the floor.
Like 30 feet in, or just
About 25 feet in.
And there's also some dead stiff. He probably don't taste very good.
How far am I from Keflark?
You are pretty much. He is to the right of you, about 5-10 feet.
Like peer down the corridor. You said a dead body?
Yes. And 20. What's the range on a torch? What, 20 feet or so in it? Close enough. Moving your torch around the western corridor, you do see a face-down figure.
Approach the figure cautiously.
Okay. You're gonna leave the rest of the party?
Oh. Keflark, you got my back, right?
Well, I mean, if you die, it just means I'll get something to eat while I'm down here. Sure.
I would appreciate if you wouldn't.
Wait till you're
Well,
dead.
I'll wait until you was dead.
Salik, out of the corner of your eye, you see that Keflark has noticed something, and as you're looking around the walls, you just see that it's this room used to be. You could tell that it used to be really fancy at one point. The artwork is extremely nice. A lot of it has really held its age well, despite the crumbling dungeon and stuff. And it looks like it used to be a very nice focal point for guests to gather and chat.
Well, I'm gonna get away from the cat.
Yeah, you did hear that noise to the north. There is a corridor to the north, but you only heard it once. You have not heard it again.
I don't like cats. So let's
what,
go
What body? What corridor was the body in? Right
To the west.
to the west.
Barry, what would you like to do?
Betty would like to investigate the statue.
Okay. I need you to make me a saving throw. Wisdom.
Glad I dumped points into wisdom. And apparently it doesn't matter. I rolled a 5. No, I rolled a 4. 4 plus 1.
You feel very much compelled to approach the statue, and you feel like if you were just to be able to touch it, that your luck would be, that you would be blessed with good luck.
Barry will reach out and touch the statue.
Okay, so you start heading towards the statue. The other three of you, make me a perception roll. See if you see what Barry's doing.
I got a 5, so probably not.
17.
14.
Keflark and Thomas, you noticed that Barry had lit up the statue, and you turn around and you see him walking aimlessly towards the statue. It is in the middle of a fountain, so he would have to step over to where the water would be.
Barry.
No.
Oi, lad!
He is unresponsive to your
Like on
Tear
there,
calls
don't
out.
figure this out. There you gone too far.
Okay. Keflark's gonna go over there and try to smack some sense into him.
I'll remain where I'm at.
Barry, you get within touching distance of this statue, and Keflark puts his mother arm out there, stopping you just short of touching this statue.
Oh, it's not just putting my mother arm out, it's straight up just smacking him upside the head. Oi! What you doing, lad?
Make me another wisdom saving throw.
I'm taking a note out of Sam's book. I rolled a 2 plus 1, which is 3.
This is
Within 30 feet, I can use the help action as a bonus action. Like, could this possibly apply to give him advantage on the roll?
No, this probably is not going to work for him.
Okay.
As you're staring at this statue, Barry, and just infatuated with it, Keflark comes over and slaps you, trying to knock you out of this trance. But you realize that he just doesn't know what you know. And you go out and you reach to touch it, and you see just a form kind of come out of the shoulder. Some kind of a pseudopod comes out, and then it reaches out towards your face.
Oh, God.
You do have just enough action. I rolled a 1. Man, we're all rolling great. You do move your head out of the way just in time, breaking your trance, and you realize that there is a gray ooze that is covering the statue.
This is karma for the fucking slime people I threw at you.
If everyone would please roll for initiative.
Oh, lovely.
Got a 13.
Fuck.
10. Did you roll a 1, Pop?
23.
That's pretty good.
Just 5.
5.
I crit failed.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, damn.
You guys are awesome.
And
All
I
right,
said
that-
I wanted to play more D&D.
Thomas, you did see Barry walking towards the statue, and you notice a pseudopod come out from the shoulder of Tymora and take a swing at him, and he has just enough sense in him to kind of dodge out of the way. You all have seen a gray ooze before and realize that there is a gray ooze covering this statue.
So I'm up first.
Yes.
As a bonus, am I within 30 feet of Keflark?
Yes, you are.
As my bonus action, I would like to give him advantage on his next attack.
Very nice.
And for my actions, I would like sort of lean behind in the corridor, like trying to get the stealth advantage.
Okay. Do you want to make a stealth roll?
Yeah. Okay, with the modifier, that's decent. 19.
Okay. Yeah, you're back on. You're hiding just fine.
Okay.
That brings us to, I believe, Keflark. You are actually second.
Okay. You said we fought oozes before, yeah?
Yes. You do know that they are resistant to acid, cold, and fire.
Yeah. So I'd say like, well, this stabby bit ain't gonna do me no good.
Now-
Pull out the other one.
Now, your weapon will actually do its normal damage, and then the D6 is extra of the element that you receive.
Oh, well, okay. Then yeah, I guess I'll use it so it doesn't get all
Okay.
rusted and busted.
You betcha. Roll your die, sir.
Okay. Let me see.
You get advantage.
The first bit, he's gonna pull out the sword and shield and sunk. Activate the sunk rune,
Okay.
or however you pronounce that.
That sounds right to me. And what does that do?
if I successfully hit a larger, smaller creature, it has to save versus my strength DC or get knocked prone. It's probably not going to work very well on oozes, but
We'll see.
that's what he's got.
All right, let's
All
roll
right,
with it.
so let's make the attack.
Very nice.
So that would be a 16 to hit.
16 will hit the ooze.
Okay. Oh, that was an even advantage. Let's make sure that I don't get crit. Yep, nope, same thing.
Very good.
So the actual sword itself is going to do, looks like a whopping 10 damage.
Very nice. And you would roll your 6-sided die here and do some acid damage, but of course the ooze.
I will save us the time. I do nothing.
It's resistance, not
Yes,
not
resistant.
immunity.
That is
So-
correct. Thank you. Resistant, so you would roll your 6-sided die.
So it takes a total of 1 damage.
Very nice. You can see it burn just like putting a cigarette out into the ooze, just a little.
This stabby bit makes me sad.
The ooze does swing out with the pseudopod again, and once again, Barry, you are able to dodge out of the way.
Oh.
And that brings us to Barry. The trance is broken. You no longer want to touch this statue.
I gotta skip some.
Oh, who did I skip? Oh, you're next. Gotcha. Got the wrong dice there.
I had a
I'm
13. I had a 13. It's like I know I beat a 5. So
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Now I got my initiative set right. So that brings us to Salik.
the ooze is within 30 feet. I'm assuming.
Correct.
Okay, in a straight line from me to it, is there anybody behind it?
No.
Okay. For my bonus action, I'm going to do the Hexblade Curse.
Okay. And what does that do?
It lets me get a bonus to damage and attack rolls equal to my, I get a bonus damage to my charisma modifier. Or my proficiency bonus, I'm sorry.
Oh, very nice.
I can crit on a 19 or 20, and if it dies, I get hit points back from my warlock level plus the charisma modifier. So,
Awesome.
and then I'm going to reach out with my hand and cast an Eldritch Blast out.
Very good.
Okay, well that is a 17.
17 will definitely hit.
Okay, so I'm going to do 12 force damage, and it gets pushed 10 feet.
All right. Not exactly. So Eldritch Blast. What kind of damage is? That's force damage. You said.
Yeah, it's a D10.
That's kind of just like a wave or a power or something.
Yeah, it's just
force
blast, like a magic missile would be.
Okay.
I have an agonizing blast, which lets me add my charisma modifier to damage, and a repelling blast, that lets me push 10 feet.
Nice. You will kill the ooze on this, and if you'd like to explain it, you can go ahead.
Just kind of zero it in, like get anywhere near this thing, and this little, just looking like feathered skull at it, and it's just going to impact it and just and little wisps of smoke coming from it. Hard to explain a nice way to kill an ooze.
That works for me. So as you do that, you notice a few drippings. Looks like Tymora just got out of an ooze shower, as the statue is just dripping with ooze, and it falls into the fountain, and the threat has been terminated.
It's a slight improvement.
Oh,
Sorry,
I'll
lads.
probably have to say so too.
Sorry, lads.
Oh, that's good.
No, it came over me.
This is why you always stay next to me, git! And just bonk him on the head.
All right. So what would we like to do next?
I would like to stealth up to the dead body and examine it.
Okay. And what would everyone else like to do?
Oh, I was gonna go and take a look at the dead body. Maybe he's got some neat stuff.
He might.
Barry's gonna wipe the slime off his face.
Yeah,
Oh, builds character, Barry.
he might have gotten splashed a little bit there.
I'm going to take out my I can't pronounce my own weapon now.
Portcullis.
Manqua Huito. And
Huito.
slowly pursue north about, I would say, 10, 20 feet inside, just being very cautious.
Okay. We will proceed with and Barry, after you wipe the ooze off your face.
Well, he'll follow Salik.
Okay. So Salik and Barry will peer north, and Keflark and Thomas will investigate the body. We will start with the northern corridor. So using your lantern, you can see reaching north. The corridor looks to extend about 40 to 50 more feet before it opens up into another room. And your light hits just right where you see a pair of eyes staring back at you, and they look cat-like.
Is it low to the ground or?
It is low to the ground, yes.
I'm just gonna like screech and charge it.
Okay.
I'm a bird. I hate fucking cats.
Definitely. So you screech and charge it, and Thomas and Cufflark, you hear a bird. Is it a bird screech?
Mm-hmm.
You hear Salik's bird screech as it starts to disappear north. Barry, are you full pursuit after him, or?
Yes, of course.
Okay, fantastic. Looks like we get to do another initiative roll.
I got a 3.
Are you rolling a
On that
6-sided
one.
die or what?
This cursed thing.
Okay.
Barry got 11 this time.
Okay.
I've only rolled 1-1 so far, so it's kind of a good game for me.
It's an improvement.
Yeah.
All right. Barry, you will have the advantage. So Barry and Salik go charging north, running up the corridor, and you come face to face what looks like a very large house cat.
What was a very large house cat?
Yeah.
It is low to the ground, kind of in a pouncing stance. I would say that it is probably the size of a small dog. So probably double the size of a normal cat. Very skinny looking.
I don't know what you're doing, Barry, but I'm going to be killing this fucking thing, so.
Well, Sleek went after it. Yeah.
I was so overwhelmed with rage that you're getting the jump on it before I do, so.
Am I right up on it, or am I just like kind of?
Yeah, you guys kind of right up on it, and you notice it's a large cat. And if you're okay with Salik going first, we can do that as well.
Oh, I'm just going to assume that this thing is dangerous because he ran after it. So, Betty will pull out Morgana, his rapier,
All right.
and stab it.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
And only roll a 7.
A 7 is not going to hit. The cat jumps up and dodges your rapier attack. And Salik.
I'm going to pick up my, the word that I used.
It looks like a
It's
big
gonna-
paddle with a skull on
Yeah,
it.
big paddle, and it's got like obsidian blades all around the edges of it. And it's going to flash with like sparks of lightning as I lift it up over my head. Okay, that was going to be a 22 to hit.
A 22 is definitely a hit. So you reach back with that paddle and smash the cat right in the side.
Okay, I'm going to do 7 slashing and 3 thunder.
10 points of damage, and you shove it off to the side 5 feet, and you watch the electricity kind of bolt and singe a few of its hairs, ending at the tip of its tail, and then it goes out. And it just low growls looking at you. And then all of a sudden, its demeanor changes, and it starts to purr. I need both of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
My best save.
Salik, you have advantage on yours because of your hatred for cats.
All right, I need it. 'Cause- My best one was a 10.
Oh,
Barry,
I suppose I can inspire myself.
you didn't make it either?
No, I rolled a 6.
Oh my goodness. All right. Before we find out what happens here, let's cut to our other two. Thomas and Keflark, you heard Salik bird screech up to the north. Are you still okay with going west, or did you want to see what was going on?
What do you think,
all
Keflar?
the time. He'll be fine.
They're fine.
What's that?
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
Okay.
What's with the body?
Flip over the body.
Okay. You guys flip over a body, and you see that it is a kind of a pudgy, dead human, and he has a torn backpack still strewn over his shoulders. As you flip him over, though, you can see that his eyeballs are missing.
His eyeballs are missing.
His eyes are missing, like they've been sucked out of his head.
Those are the best parts. You got anything good on him?
He does have a backpack full of some goodies. Make a perception check, both of you, please.
Was that?
Perception?
Oh,
Could this be investigation as
I'm
well?
literally having him do all the dirty work.
No,
Lucky.
this is for something other than body. So
Oh,
perception.
okay. 15.
Okay.
15.
15. Both of you notice as you're after you flipped over the body, looking up about 5 feet and to the left, you see another, or maybe it's the same, a floating eyeball, green in color, and it kind of just sits there and stares at you.
Boy, what are you staring at?
Probably us.
What else can it do?
No problem with Keflark?
Keflar, I'm not too experienced in many monsters. Do you know of anything that you know of just eyes? Can just eyes be dangerous?
Does Keflark know anything about if eyes can be dangerous? I know he knows that they can be delicious.
Make a history check.
Oh, what check?
History.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. 21.
Okay. Keflark's got a lot of experience with reading and books and things of that nature, and he does recall reading about swarms of eyeballs that would engulf weary dungeon travelers and suck eyeballs out of their skull to join the swarm.
Frankly, that is disturbing.
There's not that disturbing. I mean, just means that I got a nice tasty snack once we're done cutting them up.
No, I don't mean the fact that there's a swarm of eyeballs. I mean it's disturbing the fact that you've read a book about a swarm of eyeballs.
Hey, I've read every book in every library because always the best and the smartest. Ain't nobody smarter than Keflark.
I don't doubt that at all, Keflar.
Barry, you feel switching back to the other two so we can finish our combat here. Barry, you feel like this cat. You just want to pet it, maybe even pick it up, tickle its belly, kind of a thing. Salik, with your hatred as far as being a bird, your hatred of cats and stuff, at the moment you kind of find it more fascinating. You don't really want to touch it, but it just looks kind of fascinating.
Put my Occulo away, and I get my book out and just like.
Can we take it home?
You could. In fact, you think this would be a nice critter to take home with you.
We don't have a home.
I have an inn.
I guess Barry will pick up the cat.
You pick it up, and it looks at you with those, sad Sarah McLachlan-like cat eyes, just blinking at you a few times there, and purring in your arms, and you begin to pet it. And then it lets out a low growl, and reaches up with a claw and strikes you across the face, and then goes to bite you in the neck.
What you get for scratching its stomach?
It's okay. This works in my favor.
Getting scratched works in your favor?
I think it's going to make me very angry.
The claws on this cat are just, I mean, they're like fish hook type. I mean, they just gouge right into you. In fact, you take 10 points of damage from this claw. Immediately dropping it. Immediately dropping it to the floor, and it rears back and again goes back into a pouncing state. That will bring us to Salik. You are no longer
How do I
compelled
feel?
or fascinated about this cat. Just watching it claw your friend.
Alrighty then. Let us.
Tome beast.
Come
You know
on,
what?
please.
I'm just gonna swing at it again.
Okay.
That'll be a 16.
16 will hit the cat.
Yes. 2 slashing and 4 lightning.
Okay. Again, you smash it in, and it looks like you hear like what sounds like maybe a little bit of a broken rib as you smash the cat into the side. Again, just a little from the lightning, kind of firing up the tail a little bit, and then the cat growls loudly once again.
The cat's stronger than most first-level players.
This is a strong cat. Barry.
Barry is going to get very angry at this cat and fly into a rage.
Nice.
Bastard cat. I'll give you what for. 11 to hit.
11 will hit the cat.
Alright, that is 4, 5, 7. That is 9 damages. That's with my necro.
With
And
the
my rage damage.
So you.
Oh wait, do I get advantage on those, don't I? No, that's later.
So 9 points, and 3 of it was necro.
Yeah.
Okay. So you take the rapier and right through the shoulder blade of the cat on the same side that its rib is broken, and you can tell that it is heavily damaged. It doesn't stop it from attacking again, and this time it lashes out at Salik and misses with its claw and bite. And that will bring us back to Salik.
Oh, we don't like this. I'm gonna stomp this thing to the ground.
As a bonus action, I'm going to inspire Salik
Very nice.
with a shitty beat poet.
Care to rhyme?
Go ahead.
You know, I was originally going to pull up a list of shitty beat poetry. I'm just going to say that he reads off some really shitty poetry.
That'll work.
Just be like a random Rush song or something.
Maybe the cat and the fiddle.
Anyway, I roll 17 to hit.
That is a hit.
1 slashing, 3 lightning.
This time the lightning, you can see it kind of fire through its eyes, kind of crackling a little bit. The cat kind of drops down. Front leg kind of drops down a little bit. Heavily wounded, but it's still alive.
And Salik, I believe you have a 1d6 you can use for whatever.
Sweet.
Can I add that on?
Punta, why won't you die?
Some damage for the inspiration.
Yeah, you could roll that d6 for more damages.
Oh, okay. 1.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Well, you weren't kidding.
I could have used that to do something cool.
All right. The cat is fearless though, and again with both claws, it once again misses. It seems like its body has taken too much damage to be effective. That will bring us back to Barry.
Given that I am still raging, I will go ahead and just strike it again with Morgana.
Alrighty.
20 to
Uh,
hit.
That is definitely a hit. And how would you like to kill this cat?
I am so angry that I just look right down on it, just guttural growl. Die, bastard cat! And I stab it right through the eye with Morga, piercing its head, and I fling its body up against the wall. Satan spawn.
It bounces off, kind of lands on its head. You hears the cat's neck crack and break one more time, and lies limp on the floor of the dungeon. Thomas and Keflark,
Yes.
you have rolled over a body that has no eyes in its socket, and there is a single eyeball floating about 5 feet in front of you.
So you said something about a swarm. They're telling me that eye is part of a swarm.
Hey, you don't listen, do you?
Like a swarm? How big?
Oh, I don't know. That's I say the storm there, do I get?
But I thought you read every book in
did read
every
every
library.
But they can have varying sizes, just like I'm much bigger than you.
Fair point. Fair point.
Now, if you're done being stupid, how about we stab it?
I step aside and let Clark go to
Oh no!
stab.
You'll go stab it. You gotta learn somehow.
It's just an eye.
We both should have played orcs.
What was that, Trevor?
We both should have played
If
orcs.
I'd known, I would have played one too.
I
We've all been
go up-
orcs.
I go up to the eye and pull out my rapier.
Okay, make an attack roll.
More than two. That I am best.
23.
Like
23
Thomas the
is
Tank
a-
Engine.
23 is a hit, and you're using a rapier, correct?
Correct.
And the rapier just goes right through the eyeball, and now it's shish kebabbed on your weapon.
Hey, I got you a snack.
Primed for cooking.
Oh, that's lovely. We're gonna have to start a fire somewhere. We'll get one of them torches.
I sort of like flick I take the eye off my rapier and flick it at him.
Now, the two of you look up just a little bit. The body was about 25 feet in. About 5 feet and to the left, you can see where it used to be a doorway, maybe to a room or something, and it looks like the ceiling has crumbled and collapsed. And on the right side, you see an open door that looks like it goes to a room. And then the corridor also keeps going straight forward to the north. But as you're kind of just looking about getting your bearings, you see about 4 more eyeballs fly out of the west wall through the rubble. Or the south wall, my apologies. The south wall through the rubble.
Yeah, this is about what I expected.
And as
Who's gonna stand in front, lad? Just
You
shove
done
him
messed
in the
up,
way.
boy.
And so to recap, because I think I gave wrong directions. So you were going down the west corridor. It continues west, and at the end of it, you can actually see what maybe looks like a portcullis. But to your left, which would be the south, you see the rubble. That is where the eyeballs are coming out. And to the north, you see a room with looks like an open door. And before you can even blink your own eyes, you see just a swarm of eyeballs shooting out of the south wall, out of the rubble, and start to swirl in front of you.
Is this a stone corridor? Like all
Yes.
stone?
Yes.
Would I have a vial of oil on me in my
Sure.
Dungeoneer's pack?
You can have a vial of oil, sure.
I want to like splash, throw the vial down, shatter it, and then light it so there's like a sort of wall of fire
Okay.
separating myself from that swarm.
Okay. Keflark?
Hey, what'd you do that for, lad?
Okay.
You're gonna cook them before we even get a chance to eat them.
Now, you can do that. I imagine you're going to throw it right in front of where that body's laying.
Well, I'm not trying to hit the body, like just
Okay,
separate
just a little
myself
bit
from
past
that
it.
swarm.
Yeah, you can do that. You can throw it just past the body. You can throw that vial and catch it on fire. And as you're doing that, and the flames slowly start to take off, you hear a little bit of crackling, then comes up a little bit. You're noticing just a massive amount of eyeballs filling the entire corridor and spinning about, and all of them just staring at you, giving a death glare. And that is the last thing you see as the fire kind of raises to the ceiling.
So
I mean, now we can't see them.
Yes,
You're
but
very
now
smart,
they
are
can't
you?
fit to us. You're
Oh,
telling
they can
me
still get to us. It's just
They're
a little
gonna-
bit of fire.
at least I bought us some time.
Okay.
Here,
Time
help
for
me.
what?
Help me drag this body into the main corridor.
All right, fine.
The body seems heavily decomposed. The only thing that looks of value on this body is the backpack that's around its shoulders.
We don't need his body then, and just rip off the bag.
Thomas, you watch Keflar just rip off the bag.
Oh, okay,
You
that
do
works
And
too.
then head back to the main room.
Yeah.
Okay. That brings us back. Salik and Barry, you are in a approximately a 30 by 50 foot room, and there is a dead cat in here with you. And to the north, you see a set of very elegant double doors. And you can almost hear what sounds like laughing and a lot of talking coming from behind those doors. You also hear the sounds of, you would almost say like gaming devices, like rollings of dice, people yelling about bets and things of that nature.
anything special about these doors?
Not that you can see. They look very elegant, like they are entering into like a main room. They have very nice engravings of the goddess Tymora on them, and they look like they are just meant to swing open to let in large amounts of folks that are coming or going.
And now is the moment I regret not taking Mage Hand as a cantrip.
But I do.
Ah!
That was what my next step was going to be. Let's just give a little.
All right. Would you like to try to push the doors open?
With
your
mage hand, I
With
would
mage
like.
hand. Okay. The doors do not push open.
Sign hanging in the front says pull.
We are too heavy.
There are handles on these doors, yes. So using Mage Hand, you're able to pull back the heavy set door there, and you see it open up into a very, very large main room. This looks like what used to be maybe the main casino room. And in fact, you can vaguely see like illusions of folks walking around and very well dressed, and with money and gold pieces in their hands, and a lot of tables set up, and folks playing cards, having drinks, laughing, and having a good time. But you can definitely tell that it's almost illusion-like. It's not real.
I just want to wander around, just listening and watching. This is very interesting.
So you're gonna enter the room?
Absolutely.
Okay. Barry, you're with me?
Because I am flawed as hell, and that's what I would do.
Yeah. Barry's not very smart. He's gonna follow the follow the bird.
Bird's word. All right. Keflarka and Thomas, you're back in the main room. Salik and Barry are no longer here, and you have a backpack and have started a fire to the west.
So the reason I wanted to get back here is if that swarm overruns us, we have a rope to get out easily.
No, lad. I don't know how fast you can climb, but as you saw, they don't exactly have to walk. Not the smartest one in the whole bunch, is you?
Do you ever think ahead when planning a fight, or do you just brute into it?
Of course I'll think ahead. I'll think about how I'm going to chop off their head.
Aye,
That's
aye,
why I was
aye.
the smartest. That's the cunning plan.
Should we go find Barry and Shaluk about the swarm of eyes?
I mean, it's probably not a bad idea.
Which corridor did they go down again?
I wasn't paying no attention. I was too busy focused on their little eye.
There is a corridor to the north and a corridor to the east.
The big question is what's in this bag?
And both of you make perception checks for me.
Oh, come on. 17.
Okay. Thomas?
6.
6. Keflark, you faintly hear what sounds like laughing and folks talking and having a good time towards the north.
It sounds like somebody's having a good time up there.
Okay, so that's probably not. That's probably not where they went.
I think that's probably not where they went. They obviously having a good time. They're having a fight without us. Come on! Grab him by his collar and just drag him if he's not following.
So you've got Thomas in one hand and the backpack in the other.
What's your strength?
16.
Yeah, I'm being dragged.
Salik and Barry, as you walk around, this is, I mean, it is a very large room. Again, probably the main casino room. And then side out of game note, I know it's probably not a lot of D&D type stuff, but we're going to do like a lot of normal gambling type devices. So here we go. You see a lot of tables with people playing cards, rolling dice, people playing wagers. You see a roulette wheel with folks standing around cheering and laughing and having a good time. But all of it, I mean, you can walk right through it. You can put your hands through it. It's all ghost-like, and nobody or nothing can see you until you get about halfway into the middle of the room. And along the very north wall, you see a table where there are no apparition or ghost-like figures standing, and there is a woman that is staring directly at you. She looks more, she is not as see-through as the other, so, but there is a table in front of her, and she motions for you to join her at her table.
Barry will look at Salik.
What?
I'm
I'm
not
going
entirely
over.
sure about this.
I'm going over. Look at that's fascinating.
All right.
I mean, it's the only thing in this whole room that's got physical presence to it.
Fair. All right. I can't argue with that logic. He'll follow.
So you guys going over there then?
I have the perfect flaw for this adventure. Yes.
Okay. So I can that go into the chat if I drop this in here? Upload.
Barry's a lover, not a thinker.
Okay.
Some decent.
Good. So the woman motions you over, and you can tell this looks like to be a servant or even a cleric of Tymora, and she held her hand up, palm facing upwards, and there are 3 dice that are sitting there spinning. She's like, I believe you have come here for these. Looking at the dice, though, they are just as see-through as the rest of the folk in this room.
Are those the real ones?
These are the dice. You hear it in a kind of a ghost-like voice. It's got like a little bit of reverb, turned up to about 3.5. These are the dice of Tymora. The roller of these dice will have good luck. But the only way to obtain these is to solve the riddle of Tymora. and she takes her other hand and brings out a deck of cards. And for the purpose of this adventure, it will be just a normal 52 card deck. And she spreads them along the table and says, if you pick the 4 correct cards, you will have the dice. If you do not pick the correct 4 cards, you may be joining us for a game.
Oh, shite.
Looking down at the cards, you see the suits of clubs and spades and hearts and diamonds, but they're kind of like an invisible color. I mean, they're grayed out, if you will. You could probably physically reach down and pull out one of these cards, but the coloration of them is definitely gray. And she looks at you and says, one more, of course, piece of advice is Tymora has put 4 clues within the chamber. Search out the 4 clues before you pull a card is my recommendation.
Within this chamber?
Within the entire casino. At about this time, Keflark and Thomas, you see what I described earlier. You see a bunch of almost ghost-like, almost illusion-like figures, a bunch of rich folk going around, and they're carrying money, they're drinking, they're smoking, they're having a good time. They're at tables, they're playing cards, they're throwing dice, they're spinning, wheels and things of that nature. And towards the far north, you see your traveling companions, Salik and Barry, talking to a more of a solid figure. So if you would like to join them at this time, you can.
Before he heads up over there, Keflar would just be, look at all this loot! I would know it's real. Alright, there's the bird brain. Start heading towards them.
Okay.
I follow. No, I suppose I'm still being dragged.
Oh yeah, he hasn't let go. He's just,
Come on, little buddy.
boy, flappy kid!
Okay. And we can, if you guys would like to share information or keep information at this time, you're more than welcome to.
So there may be a swarm of eyeballs after us?
Come again?
Oh,
Hey,
I'm sure it's not important. What are you guys doing here?
No, hold on now.
Well, I said it's not important. What do you have here?
By the way, I haven't let go of his collar, so like he's kind of just talking, just
Oh, shoot.
Blarg, what about the eyeball?
Oh yeah, there's a swarm of eyeballs. They swarm around people and suck the eyes right out of the socket. Real nasty.
And
probably
that's
taste
nothing
okay, though.
to be concerned about?
Well, not if you kill it first.
Oh, shite.
Oh, shoot.
I'm gonna try and like wedge myself free.
Keflark, you notice Thomas trying to get free. You okay with letting him go?
I suppose we're here. He just drops him.
Step 1, I want to close the doors.
All right.
Oh, well, there's all these cracks in the walls. I'm assuming there's cracks in the walls, yeah?
Yeah, if you want to take time to search the walls, you'll probably find a few, probably 2-inch in diameter holes throughout the entirety.
There's all these cracks in the walls anyway. Clothing that ain't gonna do nothing. It's just always man.
Well, we did block the main passageway with a wall of fire, but that's bound to last like 5 minutes top.
You assume that that's gonna stop him from coming in the other cracks, lad.
I don't
You
think
see,
I have
this
enough.
is why you're not the smartest. Well, Keflark's the smartest.
No, but I am the most deceptive.
Anyway,
Most deceptive. Is that what
Yeah.
them gobbos do? Naked kids.
All right. What would we like to do?
Barry's gonna investigate the room for clues.
Okay. Take it maybe a party effort of looking about the room.
Yes,
Um,
explain the
yeah.
situation.
We haven't been informed of what we're looking for or what they're doing here.
Okay. So Salik will fill you in about the
Barry
poor
got an 18.
about the poor dead cat that you stepped across when you came up to this place. And if you guys are good with that, you're all up to date. To save just a little bit of time there, you're all up to date on each other's adventures. Swarm of eyeballs, dead cat, found the dice, can't get them yet.
4
Okay.
cards.
Gotta pick.
Also,
4
will there
Barry
go
got an
then to
18
the
for his
fact that
investigation.
Barry, walking around investigating, that is a very good roll, but I don't have anything for that good of a roll. You just notice the same thing. I mean, it looks like the integrity and the structure of this room has stayed intact very well, but other than that, it's just a ghostly-like apparition. There's nothing else physical in this entire room.
No clues in here.
And there's and definitely no clues that would help you decide what card needs to be picked.
You said there were a group of ghostly figures playing cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Poker, blackjack.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. Poker, blackjack, or a normal. What are we at? The Dale Land 5-card stud or whatever.
So are cards constantly changing hands, or does it appear that there's like cards that haven't been moved?
No, it looks like normal playing. The dealers shuffle them out and stuff, and it just looks like a normal event, other than the fact that they are not actually there.
So no. Okay.
And these are standard suits, right? Just diamonds, spades.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to do some more exploring first.
Suppose
So I think we've-
so.
The only thing we had so far is 4 torches with a statue.
Yeah. Anything interesting in the bag?
Mm-hmm. It definitely is. It looks like this guy was packing up and pulling a few items. You find 2 potions, a scroll, and a wooden box, about like this. The wooden box has inscriptions of clubs, spades, diamonds, and hearts on it.
I think we may need this. I think we should open it.
Open it.
It may be
Yeah,
crap.
we'll open it. Actually, he's gonna. Oi! Sneak again! Get over here!
You gonna have Thomas open it?
Do my work.
Pretty much. Alright. Open this.
Opening the box, inside of it, you see a deck of cards.
Take out the deck of cards.
Make an Arcana check. Is any...
So don't put a deck of many things in our one shot.
Level 4, you instantaneously die.
Over.
That's a natural 1. 1 second. I'm gonna use a luck point.
Very good.
Okay.
That's a natural 1.
one.
1 second. I'm gonna use a luck point. That's a 2. Total of 5.
You doubled your odds there.
Oh my goodness. Let's see, Salik, you're a warlock. You know arcane stuff real good, and Keflark, you've read a lot of books and stuff. You feel like you've just given a magical box to this young gentleman.
I'm also a scholar and researcher, if that helps me.
Okay. Both of you, if you'd like to make a Arcana check. In fact, Barry, if you want to make one too, maybe you've seen this before. Heck with it.
20.
20.
Natural.
10. And Salik?
14.
14.
Yes, sir.
Barry, you notice that. You've seen it before. It is not a deck of many things, but you notice it as a deck of illusions.
Ooh.
In fact, Salik, once Barry mentions that, you've heard of that before, where you can actually just take a card out and throw it out, and it becomes an illusion of some type of a creature.
I love these things.
Hmm.
Oh, that's nice, I guess.
So who would like to
Oh,
carry
these are
the
very fun.
Who would like to carry the deck of illusions?
You mean who's going to try and forcefully take it from me?
Oh, I think Betty will definitely try to take it from you.
I don't care.
Keflock don't really
I will
care.
willingly give it up to if anyone wants.
Barry, you gonna take that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have the deck of illusions. There's also a scroll and 2 potions here. You can either leave them in the bag or divvy them up to you.
As a player, I kind of need one of those. Kitty made me hurt bad.
Don't even know what they are.
Oh, you boy, drink this.
What color are the potions?
That is a good question.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I was dumb of me. My honest assumption was they were health potions. I probably shouldn't assume things.
they are not. I don't have my color chart on here, so I'm going to make them up. One of the potions, if you look into it, you can see it's kind of a grayish, and it looks like it has spider webs inside of it. And the other one is kind of a purple color, and it seems to be, if you were to imagine like a lava lamp, and the bubble of the lava lamp, and it kind of just stretches out and then kind of goes back into a ball.
Does Keflock know what these is?
Make me an Arcana check.
Oh, Keflock thinks he knows best. That's a 1. Isn't that one?
These are both healing potions.
Oh, those were healing, man. Who you fucking get?
They don't
Are
even
you
look alike.
sure about that?
Of course I'm sure. I'm the smartest one.
Yeah,
Always right.
Barry also assumes that they're healing potions. Because he rolled a 6.
They're healing potions.
Yeah,
Salik? Thomas?
gave me 7.
That's a 10.
Well, it's kind of you kind of think it's a little bit obvious as you look to your left and your right at Keflark and Barry. Like, what are they thinking? That the potion with this webs in it will probably be a climbing potion. The other one kind of baffles you. Thomas, you want to try an Arcana check? See if you see
my knowledge of potions aren't that very good. I
Okay.
make an educated guess at best, so nah.
Healing potion.
This is definitely not a healing potion.
Of course it's a healing potion. You
No,
call me a liar?
This is definitely not a healing potion.
Oh, so you called me a liar?
No, I'm calling you a fool. Definitely not a healing potion. Now this one here,
Well, tell me, Mr. Bird Git, what's it do? Pretty sure I'm
my
the
assumption
smartest one here.
would it be some sort of spider climbing?
Yeah, that's a way of healing. It's simple. It makes your legs heal so you can actually climb up walls.
All right.
You are the most
Very
confusing
careful, the
individual
smartest.
ever had to deal with.
All right. How would you guys like to proceed from here?
But the scroll.
Unraveling the scroll, you see that it has a picture of what looks like a room in 2 dimensions at the moment on the scroll. There is a table, 2 chairs, and it looks like it was set for 2. There looks like a meal to be set on the table and 2 drinks. There's also a picture of what looks like 2 swords on the wall, if you're to look at this as a painting.
Odd.
I love old magic items.
I'm much a one for heart.
I can't make heads or tails of this. Someone drew us a pretty picture.
It is very pretty.
This seems like something them pointy-eared gits would make. This is okay. Eat this.
Okay. All right.
There's more life than eat and not eat.
Oh,
Harry
you're
offers-
doing it wrong. Well, no, I'll take that back. There is more to life than that. There's being the smartest, which I've already achieved. And then there's fighting.
Harry shoves a piece of beef jerky in his mouth.
Well, this ain't the best, but thank you kindly, lad.
Very nice.
Just shut him up. Just
So, the room we're in with the ghostly figures,
Uh-huh.
is there anything physical besides the one table, the cards, and the cleric
Oh,
or the priest?
as far as more of a solid appearance, you mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
The entire room is just filled with, and you can walk through these illusionary, ghost-like images. I mean, there's card tables, there's dice tables, craps, whatever, roulette wheels, and things of that nature. Yeah, but the only thing that looks fairly solid is the servant of Tymora that has already been spoken to.
And
Yeah.
the cards that are all laid out are just a standard black and red
It looks
club,
like to be a
spade, heart,
standard.
diamond.
It looks like it, yes, with the exception that they're all grayed out right now.
Okay.
She holds her hand out to you and says, "Would you like to pick 4 cards? Are you ready to receive the dice?"
I do not have enough information to make that pick yet.
We'll see you again soon. Then you best be on your way.
I join the rest of the group.
Say we go back down to where the torch statues are,
Okay.
but not west where the eyeballs are at,
Okay.
on fire right now. Maybe to the east corridor.
Is everybody
Oh, we could give that a shot.
everybody good with that?
I will be
as-
traveling 5 feet behind them.
You're not our leader
Oh, no,
anymore.
you get to be in the front, lad.
Well, I think we've established that there are no traps in the current corridors, and when we reach upon new corridors, I will gladly take them.
Oh, no. So
Called
that's
giving
why
the
you get to be
DM
in the front.
information.
Afraid of a little eyeballs, are we?
Oh, I'm not afraid of 1 or 2 eyeballs. Maybe like 10 or 20. Yeah. I'm probably afraid of that.
So a few hundred might scare you off. Okay, I got you. All right.
Yeah.
So do we want to rearrange the marching order then?
Oh, so I'm being forced to the front.
So Kevlar is chucking them to the front. Kevlar gives no cares.
No, marching order is fine.
Okay. And then
Can,
we're gonna.
can I make a history check to see if I know of what, like, maybe I've seen this somewhere before? This scroll with a picture on it, or maybe an insight.
Let's do an Arcana. Well, it is magical already. Sure. Let's go history.
13.
13. You've heard of these before. You're not exactly how they work, but it is called a shelter scroll.
I will relay this information to Salik to see if he can help me
Okay.
any further.
Do I recall a shelter scroll?
Let's roll and find out.
Am I going by history or Arcana?
Let's go with Arcana on this one.
Okay, then that will be a 23.
23. You're kind of dumbfounded about this scroll for a little bit, and then Barry brings up the idea that of a shelter scroll. And now you remember reading about these, that they offer a temporary safe haven. If you were to hang them on the wall, you would be able to enter it as if it were another dimension. Sit down, have a bite to eat, be safe for a little bit, but don't stay too long.
Ooh. This is handy.
Interesting. So we're getting sworn by eyeballs.
I mean, they're just going to stand outside the picture and stare at us.
You also,
So,
you also
we're
recall
in-
that only 2 people are allowed to enter.
Hmm.
Hence the seating for 2. And speaking of 2, beer number 2.
Mine's downstairs.
Okay, are we headed east then? Marching order intact?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
You go back south into our main chamber room, and once again, you look at the statue of Tymora, the fountain there, and just admire the beauty of it and how the lights are shining on it, and the dead spackled gray ooze, like a mortar round exploded. And then head to the east. Now, the east corridor extends out about 25-30 feet. And Thomas, since you are leading here, once you get to about 30 feet, the corridor continues to the east, but there is a door to the north, and there is an open door to the south.
Go up to the closed door.
Closed door?
Does there appear to be any traps in the surrounding area?
You do not see any traps on this door.
Okay. Is
In
the
this-
door locked?
Would you like to try to open it?
Yeah, so
You are able to open the door. It swings in to a 30-foot by 30-foot room with no issues.
slowly lean into the room, look around.
Okay. This room looks kind of like a storage area. You see a bunch of old gaming tables in here and things of that nature. There are also, as I said, a 30-foot by 30-foot room. Along the north wall, there are 2 different doors separated by a statue of Tymora.
Like motion everyone to come up.
Okay. Everybody go in?
What do you say?
Nope.
Nope.
Nobody else going in?
Oh, Kevlar's going in after he pushes in little Thomas there.
Okay.
Can you please stop pushing me around everywhere? It's frankly getting quite annoying.
Alright, I'm just making sure you get strong. Strong as Kevlar.
Okay. As everybody enters this room, you once again you see the primary feature being along the north wall. There is a 2 separate doors, and they seem to have some type of writing on them. Separating the 2 of them is kind of like in the main room where you see like a statue of Tymora, but she's into the wall, just half of her sticking out. There is also a very, very strange device along the west wall that is catching your attention, and a covered table along the east wall that also has your attention.
Strange device, eh?
What kind of device?
A strange one.
A strange one. Something that you have not seen before.
You not listening?
It's a strange one.
Could you describe it?
Sure. Is that where Thomas would like to go investigate?
Yes, please.
Okay. And what would the rest of the party like to do?
I'm curious about this device myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably going to check out this this table.
Okay. The table. And Barry?
Yeah, Barry will check out the table.
Statue.
I'll check out the statue
You
instead.
can check out. Okay. So we will go with, let's see here, Thomas and Salik. The 2 of you go over along the west wall. There is a podium, and there is this metallic device sitting on top of it. It stands about 3 feet tall, maybe about 2 feet wide. It has an opening in the bottom where it looks like you could maybe rest some things. There's also 3 glass windows across the front of this metallic device. And in fact, you can make out what's behind them just a little bit. They look very dirty and dusty. There's also, at the very top, there is what looks like a round slot where you could put like a gold piece or a silver piece in it. In fact, to the side of it, it has an SP. And then on the side, it looks like a lever that might activate this device. But the windows you can't see in right now because they are covered with filth and grime.
Oh, Lord.
Barry, you went to the statues? All right, I'll get
Yes,
to yours
sir.
in a second. Keflark, you went over to the table. You going to rip the cloth off?
Of course.
You
People don't know what's loose hidden under it.
You pull the cloth off of this table. It's a smaller table, and it reveals kind of kept in very good condition. There, it sinks in about 4 or 5 inches in a very nice green velvet-like texture, and it has a skull and crossbones colored on the center of this table. Also in the middle here are 3 dice that look to be made of bone. Barry, you go over to investigate the statue, but so like half of the statue is sticking out of the wall, but there's no motion in it, and it looks fairly normal from what you can see. Let's cut to Salik and Thomas. This device in front of you. What would you like to do?
Does there appear to be like any screws or slots?
Slots. There does not look to be anything like that. No.
Nothing I could like squeeze the tools into and dismantle?
No.
I'm gonna hold out a rag to me, like, spit on it.
Do what?
I've got a beak. I can't spit.
Oh.
I got a better idea. I pull out a thing of water.
You're wasting good water now.
And I spit in the rag.
All right, now I'm gonna start wiping off the little window.
Okay. Wiping off the windows, they reveal 3 images. The first one looks like a cherry. The second one looks like a cherry, and the third one looks like a picture of the goddess Tymora.
Oh, God.
Do you think
Have any
this
money?
do you think this could possibly be a clue?
Make an intelligence check.
7.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
You definitely, Sleek, you definitely think this is a clue. Thomas, you're not as certain. You're a little bit cautious, but you think there's a possibility.
Too cherry.
I'll give you a gold piece for 10 silver pieces. So
I don't even have that.
neither do I.
I literally spent all my money on a shield.
Like, just anyone got some silver pieces? Just shout to the other 2.
I'll
Barry? Barry's got silver. Hook him up, Barry. You want to play some slots?
I'll gladly pay you next Tuesday for a silver today.
Barry will come over and look at the machine.
And quick glance over, just like I described there to those.
All right.
Now it's asking for silver pieces, not gold pieces, and that's all I have.
Oh, I guess I'm the only smart one who took his gold and converted it into different denominations.
Yeah.
So give the kid a silver and let him spin the wheel.
I'll put the silver piece into the machine
slowly
and step
back.
way back.
Okay. As you put the silver piece inside the designated area, you hear it clink, clink, clink into the machine.
I will take 10 steps back and wave my hand at it.
Mage hand?
No, I'm just gonna
you're
like wave them forward. Go ahead. Well, nothing to do with it.
Salik, you believe that the next step would probably be to pull the lever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna quickly stand behind him.
All right, I'll mage hand the lever down.
Okay. You pull the lever down and you watch as the three windows, they just start like a tornado. They just start whirling around. And all of a sudden the first window, it stops and there's a picture of Tymora. And the second one whirls around, slows down, stops, and there's a picture of Tymora. And then the third wheel stops and a picture of Tymora. And you hear in the little reservoir at the bottom of this machine a sound like a coin coming out of the machine.
Ooh, 6 of clubs.
And you do recognize this as a holy symbol of Tymora.
Whatever it is, that's mine.
Keflark, what would you like to do?
So we got this table with bone dice and skull and crossbones, eh?
Correct.
I'm going to try to do an int check to see if this might be a clue.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that's a 4.
That's a 4? Oh, yes, this is definitely a clue.
This is definitely a clue. Pick up the dice and look at them.
Looking at the dice, they look like a set of normal dice, except they're made of bone. And they are pips, so they have 1, for 1, 2 for 2. But where the 6 pips are supposed to be are replaced with the head of what looks like a devilish skull.
Oh, shite.
Make a wisdom saving throw, if you would, please.
That's a 14.
14. You almost had an urge to roll these dice just to see what they would do, but you kind of pull back a little bit.
This didn't really tell me nothing. Set them down.
Okay.
I'll head over to the others.
All right. And you guys have coin in hand, and what would everyone like to do now?
Who had the coin?
I believe Barry.
Barry?
Did everyone get a look at it?
Yeah,
Keflark
he'll
has
show it
it.
around everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone sees the coin that's in chat there.
As picking up the coin, I'd like try and do a sleight of hand trip to like whip it out with a normal gold piece. Roll for sleight of hand.
Okay.
Natural 20.
That'll if you want to, Barry, if you want to try to oppose that with a I guess what would be a perception roll?
Yeah. Nope, I didn't see shit.
Okay. He gives the coin back to you,
9.
put it back in your pocket. All right, what would we like to do next?
Oh,
There's one more door. Are there doors on either side, right?
There along the north wall. You're in a 30-foot by 30-foot room. You've entered through the south. The machine is on the west side, and there is the table that Keflark investigated on the east side. And then along the north wall, there is, in the dead center of it, is the statue of Tymora, and there is doors on either side. They do have writing on them.
I will go up and read the doors.
Keep out. Both of them.
Nope. Turn around.
Dead inside.
I have an intelligence of 8 with a modifier of -1. I am not going anywhere near that.
Or would you actually be?
Salik, we have looked at the 2 doors that are along the north that are separated by the statue of Tymora.
Sir?
Both doors say "keep out" on them.
Well, I don't know. With a -1 modifier and intelligence of 8, I guess. You know what? High or low, sir?
Hi.
Yep. I open the door. Fuck me.
Which door would you like to open?
The one on the left.
One to the left. This door is locked.
Okay. I'll try the one on the right.
The one on the right is also locked.
Oi. Thief boy. Come pick these for me.
How much is it worth to you?
It's worth enough that Morgana might not come over there and poke you full of holes.
Poor Thomas.
And I will.
Fair enough. For your
21 intimidation.
Would you like to oppose the roll?
no, like I'm busting out my thieves' tools.
Okay. Go ahead and what you get?
This will be for the door on the left.
Okay.
24.
That is definitely you're able to slide the tools in and click it right open, and to the point where it slides, just kind of creaks open, and you hear the oldness of the hinges.
Okay, I'll go work on the other one while you check that out.
Okay. Peering into here, you see one single item, and then off to your right, you hear the doors said, "Keep out. Do not mess around with these powerful items." Roll me.
I hear that?
You hear that to your right.
Statue's fucking speaking to me.
Salik and Keflark, you watch as the mouth of Tymora, the statue of Tymora, moves and says these words. Thomas, you also hear this. Barry,
Oh, no!
Barry, as you're looking in there, you see a single item. It is about the size of a wagon wheel, and it is set up on kind of like a what they set paintings up on.
An easel?
Yeah, an easel. So it's set up on that, and this wheel has 12 wedges, and they alternate in black and white. There is a green arrow pointing straight up, and the arrow is in the middle of the wheel and points straight up.
I think I just found a wheel of misfortune.
Thomas, with everything going on, do you still want to try to pick the lock on the right?
Oh, I'm taking like extra time to make sure that whatever in that room is either gonna stay in that room or get past Barry.
Make me a check, please.
For
what was it?
Thieves' tools?
For what?
Thieves' tools, yes.
Oh, thieves' tools. 23.
23. Okay, so you are starting to get this lock. You should have it open momentarily. What would everyone else like to do?
Upon seeing and hearing the goddess statue talking about it, Keflark's going to go ahead and grab Barry and just be like, "You know, lad, when the goddess starts talking, maybe we should listen," and just starts pulling him back.
Salik?
What's your strength?
16?
Yeah, okay.
Attempting to, anyway. No!
I won't contest it.
Okay. Salik?
I was backing out of the room already.
Okay. Thomas, you have finally click, and you have opened the other one. And once again, you hear the goddess of Tymora, the statue, tell you. That's what she says again.
Do not mess with these powerful
Keep
artifacts.
out. Please do not. Or she doesn't even say please. She says, "Keep out. Leave these magical items alone." You open the door, and inside of this room is a table with a single box on top of it.
Oh, is the box open?
The box is not open. And I have a feeling everyone probably knows what's inside this box.
Like, they're all in the other room, right?
You may want to make an intelligence check there, Thomas.
Okie dokie.
I've seen this room. I've seen this movie. If you touch the puzzle box, this guy with pins in his face comes out.
Yeah.
That is a low roll, so I'm going to use my last point.
Okay.
Ooh, natural 20.
Very good. You have a very, very strong feeling that this may be a box containing a deck of cards that you probably don't think is going to help you at this certain time. Might be something you can take with you.
Now I want to go get it.
But at this time, with your trying to find the Dice of Tymora, it might not be a good time to open this box.
I'm just going to inform the party that there's potentially another box of cards in here.
Really?
There's a box of cards!
With your 20 intelligence, you may want to just relock the door.
Okay.
Nope.
Does that require
Oh,
a
there's
check?
nothing in there.
Didn't see a thing. Some old mops. No, up to you. What would you like to do?
Does it require a check to relock the door?
No. You got to figure it out pretty good. All right. Cool. All right, so we have one clue. What would everyone like to do?
Go
Right.
find 3 others?
Sneaking it. Next room.
Everyone good
This
with leaving?
this eastern corridor, is it keep going on past this room to the north and the south?
If you were to back out of this room to the south,
Yeah.
you could keep going south into another room that does have an open door to it,
Right.
or you can continue east, and it looks like it goes about 20 feet, and there's another door.
Okay. Well, couldn't peek in the room that's got the open doorway
All right.
to the south here.
This also looks to be a storage room. Peeking into this, there is a door to the south, a door to the west, and there are several barrels in here.
I'll take a look in the west room.
Okay. And what would everyone else like to do?
I'm
East
sending
room.
him in the south room. Or in that room with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Barry, you too?
Yeah.
Thomas?
I'm gonna follow Billy.
And you said the west door?
Yes.
Okay. This appears to be a storage closet with several items in here. And they're all in boxes. Would you like to go through some of the boxes?
Yes.
Okay. You can also kind of probably just start moving a few out so everybody can look through. You find a box of iron rations. You find a box of wine. You find a box of uniforms. Looks like some clockwork parts and gears that might go to some mechanical things. You find a whole box of 6-sided dice. And you even find a box of glass eyeballs.
How ironic. I say we take the box eyeballs and just start plugging holes as we go by.
And the dice.
But that's about it. It's a lot of storage, a lot of utensils and eating things and stuff of that nature.
You said there were barrels in the previous room?
In the room that you're in, you're investigating a closet that is to the west. It's a 10-foot by 10-foot room. In the southwest corner are about 4 or 5 barrels.
Can
I would
check the
like to.
barrels?
I'd like to pocket a little bit of the clockwork pieces.
Okay. Yes, you're able to do that. Some really interesting pieces here that you've gathered. The barrels look to be filled with oil.
I will fill a couple of vials with oil.
Okay.
Actually, how small are they? Like big barrels or Like- little mini keg size?
Yeah, about a little mini keg size.
I'll just take a barrel.
You take a barrel? Okay.
Mhm.
Anyone else?
This might come in handy.
Hey. Jeff Locke will take a barrel.
We're going to create a bomb.
We got clockwork pieces. We got oil.
We're going to create a bomb. All we need is...
Well, we got glass
Someone to
eyeballs.
Glass eyeballs.
That could be the.
Yeah, we got dice. We got glass eyeballs. Shrapnel. We're good.
Make a timer. Make a fuse. Connect it to the barrel.
Nice.
Check out
Actually,
this.
that's a good way of dealing with the swarm of eyes.
Check out
actually,
the
yes.
southern door.
I would like to try and make a timer out of the clockwork pieces.
That may take a little bit of time, but you could probably start finagling it as you're walking down, leading the party.
Okay. Being distracted by my contraption.
You said there were a couple more doors in this
There
room?
is one more door. It is to the south.
I will check the one to the south.
Okay. This is also a closet room, and this one here it seems to be packaged with a whole bunch more iron rations, and you found probably about 4 cases of catnip.
Close the door.
Sorry, guys.
Don't want no more cats.
But other than that, there's nothing else of value in here.
I'm gonna roll something real quick, and if
Okay.
it works, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a sprig of catnip and attempt to slip it into the thieves' pocket. That was a 12 sleight of hand.
Let's see here.
Actually, that was a 13.
Okay.
13, so I'm not trained in it.
All right, so help me out on this one, DMs. Is there an opposing roll, or does this? Do I just set a DC?
Perception?
I'd say perception.
Passive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Passive perception, probably.
All right.
Although he might be distracted with his clockwork bit. So.
That's mm-hmm.
Thomas, would you like to make a perception roll?
I'd say I'm distracted by my clockwork.
Okay. Yeah, he's distracted, and he now has a pocket full of catnip.
Got a pocket full of catnip.
I did not see this coming. Alrighty.
We're a terrible group, just so you know.
I love it. I
Second
love
thoughts
it.
on what I'm planning to use this bomb.
I think this is officially like Dire Weasel centric.
I think he might. Well, first of all, he has a phobia of eyeballs now, and I think he might be figuring out a way to deal with them.
Roll
I
for
was
sanity.
going to use this bomb on the eyeballs. Now I'm going to use it on that.
All right. Other than that, this room just seems to be filled with storage items.
I'd like to
On
continue
to the
along
next
the
door.
east corridor.
You continue along the east corridor about 40 more feet, and it comes to an end. And there is what looks like it used to be a very elegant door at the time. You can see that the ceiling has kind of started to crumble in front of it and kind of smash the door down a little bit. So it looks to be maybe jammed. But that's what you're faced with here.
Hey, Mr. Muscles.
There we got 21.
Barry's just going for it.
Would someone like to try to bust down this door?
I just did 21.
21?
Mhm.
Yeah, without an issue. Are you putting your shoulder or your foot into it, or how are you smashing this?
Which limb do you want to lose, mate?
I need my hands to play my drum. So I'll say that he kind of kicks it. My
Okay.
drum.
So you reach back and you just 1 foot forward and smash into
Sparta
the
kick
door, and it just shatters into pieces. Looks like it has been dry rotted quite a bit, and the weight of the crushing ceiling has weakened it quite a bit, and it splatters. There's a little bit of ceiling that comes down, but other than that, you are now presented with a open doorway.
See, that's raw proper work. We'll
And-
make a good person out of you yet.
This will open up into a 30-foot by 30-foot room, and with the likes of design that you have never seen. The colors in this room are reds and purples, and just if you're to think psychedelic 70s like vibes, I mean, that kind of an array of colors. There's fancy rugs on the floor. There is along one wall there is a bookshelf, there is a bed, there's a treasure chest, there's a fireplace along the north wall, and in the center of it all is a table, or should I say more like a desk, and there is a half decomposed man that is face first with a sword sticking out of his skull.
Is
And
he
his head
also
resting on
missing
the table.
eyeballs?
What's that?
Is he also missing eyeballs?
If you'd like to go and pull his head back and look, you're more than welcome to.
I'm distracted by my clockwork.
Okay, so you're just tinkering. What would
Yep.
everyone else like to do?
I'm distracted by the books.
Okay.
Keflock sees books and is
Okay. So
wonder
you're,
if there's
you're
something
also
on
going to look at the
there.
books,
Yeah.
Barry?
The treasure chest.
Treasure chest. Okay. The treasure chest is easiest. It is already open, and it looks like that it has been cleaned out long time ago.
Thank God it wasn't a mimic. I thought for sure we were in deep shit.
No mimics. The bookshelves, if both of you would like to make an Arcana check, you're more than welcome to.
15.
15,
Oh, 10.
10.
Although, actually, hang on. 18, because I have advantage on magical ratings.
Very good. Keflark, you notice 2 magical books in this bookshelf. Salik, you notice a lot of books about cats.
Oh, no, what have we here?
Roll me 2 6-sided dice, Keflark.
Oh, and the total or just the individual
I
numbers?
need the individual ones.
That's a 6
Okay.
and a 4.
There is a manual of dexterity and a manual of, I forgot the name of it, manual of intelligence. We'll just say that.
I think the intelligence one is a tome, but I know what you mean.
Okay, thanks. Went off the top of my head there. But you do recognize these as magical books that could enhance a couple of ability scores.
Oh, well, this one I don't care about. And he just passes, or he like chucks it to you. The dexterity one, Salik. It is
Oh.
this one. This one though is interesting.
My question is, what kind of cat books are these? Just like Cat in the Hat? Is this like how they'll tell if your cat's plotting to kill you?
It's a million back issues of Cat Fancy.
Because I see cats, books on cats. I see a fireplace. I see prestidigitation in my future.
You see sharpening cat claws for the best effects, and catnip. It's just not for cats. You also see a book called Temple Cats. That one kind of catches your interest a little bit.
I will prestidigitation of fire in the fireplace.
Okay. Fire has been started.
And the crappy ones I'm going to start tossing in. Because these abominations cannot exist in my world.
What kind of man are you that summons fire without flint or tinder?
Nay, give me this chance,
Thomas,
And
yes,
also-
you look up, you see Salik burning books, you see Keflark tossing magical books back, you see Barry kind of disappointed that the treasure chest was empty, but glad that it wasn't a mimic.
Continue working on my timer and
Okay.
fuse.
All right. This is starting to come together nicely for you. Make me an intelligence roll.
Mediocre 13.
It might take a little bit more work.
Okay.
Okay. And what would Barry like to do?
Investigate the sword and desk with a 10.
Okay. It doesn't take much more than that. You do see that this poor gentleman is dead. It almost looks like that he has, well, it does look like he does have a sword or a blade sticking out of his head. But on the desktop, I'll drop this in the chat, you see a note that it looks like he wrote.
Says, Dearest Marie, I cannot go on without you. Until we meet again, my love. King Charles. So we got a suicide king, I'm assuming, here.
Really impressive that he got the sword through his own head. Into the desk.
Because that's a very easy suicide to attempt.
Is the blade anything special?
No, it looks to be rusted, and it looks like it was very fancy and very nice. The closer look at it, it looks more like a letter opener.
God, what a horrible way to go. Death on the dull blade. Are there any drawers to check?
There are a few drawers to check, yes.
It's like another investigation.
No, that's okay, because opening all of the drawers, you notice that it looks like somebody has cleaned this guy out.
What is that, the King of Hearts? Is that the Suicide King?
Bingo.
Other than the scent of burning books, there's pretty much nothing else left of value in this room. But it does look like it was a nice party pad for the king at one time.
Barry will make note to come back for the rugs. These will look very good in his smash pad.
Very good.
Well, I think all we have left is to go back and face the eyeballs, boys.
Boy, how's that thing you're working on coming along?
I just need to attach these few more pieces. Like, I got the timer and the fuse. I just need to find a way to connect them.
Oh, well, connecting things easy. You take piece A, you take piece B.
It's much more
Fine, it's
complicated.
connected.
It's much more complicated than that. You have to find
No,
inner
no,
workings.
you're just not using the Orky tech, that's all.
No, I wish I hadn't smashed the door to pieces. We could have closed it.
How would you guys like to proceed?
Wait until the timer's finished. Timer and fuse is finished.
I mean, do we want to risk a
Would
short
Keflock-
rest?
Would Keflock be able to attempt to help him piece this together?
Sure.
Oh, gods.
So,
And if
we
you
have
guys
to-
want to take 10, there's only one of you that is damaged. If you'd like to roll hit die to gain back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So that'd be Arcana or just an check in general?
Intelligence.
so because he's helping me, would that give me advantage? Or
Yes, exactly. You're gonna helping Thomas.
Okay, good thing I have advantage. 14.
14. You think you got it just about right?
So it's built and attached to the keg of oil.
Yes, you could probably attach that. You might want to get it in position first and do a, which will be easy for you, do a dex check to make sure that you set it without letting it off.
Oh, okay. Dexterity check or sleight of hand check?
Are you going to try to attach it to the keg now, or would you like it to move it somewhere in position?
Move it somewhere in position. Maybe a few feet, like go to the main corridor and a few feet down from where we saw the eyeballs.
Okay, so you're planning on doing it in that corridor there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a few feet, like go to the main corridor and a few feet down from where we saw the eyeballs.
Okay, so you're planning on doing it in that corridor there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is everybody ready to head that way, or is there other things you'd like to investigate?
Does the desk have any drawers or anything?
Yeah, I checked them all. They're empty.
They are. Looks like
There you
somebody
go.
cleaned this poor guy out.
What about the bed? Is there anything under the bed? Or
There is some unspeakable things under the bed, and best leave those alone. Looks like our king was a little bit of a partier. He had his own suite at the casino. But yes, there's nothing under the bed.
how about is it like just like a mattress sort of deal?
Yeah.
Take my knife.
Open it up.
Let's open it up.
Okay. You slice the mattress up, and out starts pouring a bunch of silver pieces.
Yeah, I'll see.
If you gather them
Seven.
together, you probably have about 250 silver pieces and 1 Elenium pieces.
250 silver.
Perfect. Now we have shrapnel.
That's what the glass eyes are for.
The glass eyes and the
Away
D6.
from us.
Oh man, this is gonna be good. First adventure, I run online and I created a bomb.
You've got me, Virus, and Saverick in the same party. Of course we made a bomb of some kind.
We got like the FBI, CIA monitoring us, building a bomb.
Yes.
The western corridor, is the fire still a rage?
The fire is gone. But as you come back into the main statue room, you do see, and since you are all kind of intent on that western corridor, you do see what seems to be another, we're just going to call it a spy eye. You see one eye that's kind of just hovering right there in the western corridor.
How close am I to it?
Once you hit to about the statue, I'm guessing that you guys kind of go around the statue there. You're probably about 30 feet away from it.
I'm going to throw a hand axe at it. 21 to hit.
Okay. Roll it.
21.
That is a hit, and you just watch as your axe just goes right through, and the eye just falls into place there.
Not a bad shot, lad.
Impressive
I've been
throw.
practicing. It's either a hand axe or a javelin. I've got a shitload of them. For no reason other than I took a barbarian and it made me take them.
A very good shot, and then in a blink of an eye, there's all of a sudden there's like 3 of them that just take its place, just kind of right.
Okay, it's time to get this ready.
Okay.
Like,
Do you guys want to roll your kegs into place?
Yeah.
I don't want to be anywhere near this nonsense.
Flux rolling his keg into place.
Yeah,
Thomas,
just roll. Like, I'm just going to put it in the ground and roll that shit. I'm not going to go anywhere near it.
going down the hallway, as you start to approach the 3 eyes, they dart back about to the middle of the hallway where you first encountered the dead body, with the room off to the left, and you can watch them as they dart into the left through the rubble. And you are not encountered with any more resistance. You're able to roll the kegs of oil right up to the rubble.
and
Who's the fastest out of all of us?
Well, I mean, technically, Keflar can be.
Yeah, Keflar could be, and Salik could be too with his flying.
I could.
I can do 2 dashes in 1 turn, so I could probably
Get on
do
it,
that.
thief boy.
Right,
We
what
need
would
to
you
lure
like
them
do?
out.
Do any eyes start coming?
You do not see one at this time. Make a perception roll, Thomas.
Non-natural 20.
Okay. You notice, if you're looking off to the left in the rubble, and again, it looks like there used to be a door here, but the entire ceiling has collapsed, and the doorway is just blocked off with rubble. You notice quite a few different holes that these things could be coming through. Would you like to look through one?
No, I'm good. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I like the kegs small enough that maybe Barry or Keflar could throw them easily.
What's the strength?
I got a 16.
I got a 14.
Yeah, you could. Keflar, you could probably throw one.
So we make a throwing time bomb,
This is such a bad idea.
and then when we see the swarm, we set the timer and chuck it.
Now you have contracted a couple devices, and you do have a couple kegs of oil. You could probably construct 2 of these.
Don't encourage him, dude.
Instruct them that we're making throwing time bombs, and show them like how to set the timer.
The holy hand grenade of Antioch!
Hand it to Barry.
I hand it right over to Keflar.
And I'm walking back out the room.
So when you,
Yeah, I'm going to follow him out. Nope.
It's like,
when you see the swarm, like turn this dial 3 times and chuck it at it.
Oh, well, that seems to make sense.
All right, so you're going back a few feet. Salik is in the main room. I'm taking it. Barry, where are you going to stand at?
I followed Salik.
Okay, so you guys are going to back in the main room. Thomas, are you going to put one at the base of the rubble?
Yes.
Okay, and make me a dexterity check on setting that that device of yours.
Now, this is that stereotypical moment. You know, that moment that I really regret wasting my luck points on beforehand.
Always happens with
Okay, not horrible. 16.
No, 16 is good. You have it in place.
So
You could probably
Keflar,
get a 10-second runoff on this thing.
so Keflar has the throwing time bomb,
Mm-hmm.
and there's one at the base.
Yes.
Okay.
Probably need to activate the one that Keflar has. Do you want to do it while he holds it?
No, I informed him how to do it.
Yeah, he told me how to do it.
Okay. Do you want to make a dexterity to set the kind of like pulling the pin on a grenade. You can do it.
Sure.
But we don't see the swarm. We don't see the ice swarm yet. Why would we do that?
Wait until it showed
I'm
up.
gonna wait. Okay. All right. You can activate a 10-second runoff whenever you're ready.
The one at the rebel.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, set that and dash to the main room.
Okay. You set that and dash, and you hear just the gears clicking, and then one hell of an explosion. You can just feel the force brush back against you guys, and you just see smoke and dust and everything, and it's just starting to settle, and you just hear a buzzing sound, just like you just pissed off a hornet's nest, and once the dust and everything starts to settle, you start to see just a bunch of eyeballs just kind of rolling along the corridor.
Now
And you see a few coming
Now.
out.
Remember, I said it 3 times now.
And now you start seeing just a swarm of them, just like a line, just shooting into the corridor and coming right at everyone's location.
Oh, this is Gobo Tech. Just,
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna set it and chuck it.
All right. Dexterity check, please.
Anything aside from dexterity, or is that an actual like skill check?
Let's do natural.
Okay. That's.
I would like to give. I'd like to use the help action. Give him advantage.
Okay.
All right.
Natural 20.
Natural. Very nice. All right, Keflark, this is what you see. Everybody's kind of standing behind you watching this. And let me see if I can get a picture of this thing for you.
Holy hell.
Lovely.
Lovely.
That is a massive swarm of eyeballs. And you kind of know the exact time to let loose of this bomb as you're just watching, and this thing's just starting to take form. All these eyes are gathering together, and you can see it dripping these acidic acids on the floor and everything, just making a sizzle sound every time that they drop. And then in one big gulp, they're starting to just charge in on you, and you throw the explosive keg. Roll me 10 10-sided dice for damage.
Oh god. Yeah, I don't have 10 of them right here.
You want me to roll 10 for you?
Here, I got a lot of them.
Just roll it, Fox. Roll it on roll 20 because it's so much easier.
That was 10 d10?
Yeah,
10
10
d10.
62.
62. You watch as this keg just, slow motion Matrix style, just kind of spins over a few times, and you can actually see the spark ignite as the last gear turns into place, and the eye swarm starts to go around it, and the explosion just sends eyeballs and optic nerves and everything just splattering everywhere. So much, in fact, that all of you just feel this like Visine type material just splash into your face. And as the dust settles, you just see all of these dead eyes laying about. You've destroyed it.
Yeah! Definitely Gobo Tech.
That was
The
disgusting.
thing about Gobo Tech is they can't ruin the flavor, at least.
You did have your mouth open, and you did catch a little bit. It doesn't taste too bad. Kind of like chicken.
Nice and sizzly.
But that does that.
That was a 3, a 2, a 6, a 9, an 8, a 10, a 3, an 8, a 7, and a 6.
That was awesome.
Good roll.
Well, the original bomb that Thomas planted did half of the damage to it, and then you did the other half with that.
Barry puts on his sunglasses and turns around as
I can sort of hear the disappointment. Like you wanted an actual fight with it.
I did.
Like
I did. I wanted one of you to walk out with a glass eye.
Somebody lose their eye, and instead these assholes made a bomb?
I'm
Somehow.
going off the glass eyes.
no, you had to give me the idea of hey,
Yeah.
explosion.
There you go. That's called an Occulo swarm. That's in the Tome Beasts. It's a nasty
You do a
guy.
might
video
have
on
to get
that?
that.
I did do a video on that. Yep.
I might have to go pick that up.
Yeah. Tome Beasts is pretty good. So you venture forth, going through the wreckage, kind of just squishing. There's a few of the eyeballs that are still whole, and as your boots, for those of you that are walking, kind of step down, you can just feel them kind of pop and kind of squeeze out the side of your boots as you're walking through the corridor. And you come up to where the initial bomb was planted, and you can see that the door to the north has just been totally devastated, and there's an open room to the north. And there's also to the west, you can still see about 20 to 30 feet out, a portcullis.
Well, lad, Gobbo's first. He's looking at you.
They were coming in from the south, right?
They were coming in from the south. That is correct.
Okay, and is there an open door there now, or?
Yes, you can actually go into that room as well. Yes, that has been
Okay.
blown open. And what remains of a 30-foot by 30-foot room to the south.
Okay.
So the bomb cleared the rebel away?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
So we have the half-orc go into the eyeball room since they love it so much.
Kevlar?
Yeah, I'll go in there. Maybe there's some tasty bits left.
Okay. As you go in here, you just see so much eyeball debris. I mean, there's I don't know, what do you call them? Optic nerves everywhere. There's just the scent of burnt acid, and it's just a mess. There's a couple of them that are still kind of rolling around, and as you're walking through the room, stepping on a few of them, they kind of just look up at you with those sad eyes, and then you kind of step.
Oh, the dead ones are the best, and he picks one of them.
It does occur to you that this could be a very good delicacy, maybe in a fancy restaurant or something. And perhaps if you weren't on another mission, you might pick these up for a restaurant that you've been thinking about.
So, like, wouldn't eyes rolling around on the ground have diseases?
They could.
You think no one cares about that?
It's just completely disgusting.
Yes. Just the overall nature of it. I mean, there's all kinds of different ones in here. There's cat eyes, there's dwarf eyes, there's half-orc eyes, there's...
Oh, so you're committing acts of cannibalism now?
Yeah.
Hey, we orcs eat whatever we need to eat.
But other than that, there is, in this room, along one of the walls, there is a rack of keys.
Go ahead and kind of like take a look at it and pick it up.
Okay. You find a ring of keys. There's probably about 8 keys on this. Looks like maybe kind of like a jailer's set of keys.
Oh, well, that's nifty. That'll probably come in handy.
It probably will.
Anything else interesting here?
Other than that, no. The rest of the room is deteriorated. In fact, looking up the ceiling, you're not too sure this is a safe room to be in.
Yeah, we'll get out of here.
Yes.
Picks up another one as he leaves. Oh.
Is there anything else in this room?
Other than that, there is nothing else in this room. And as Keflark walks out, you hear some more of the ceiling begin to crumble behind you.
Oh, yeah. Quickly follow.
Okay. That leaves us with the exploded open door to the north, and there is also one to the west, or the portcullis to the west.
Also, we go north.
Yeah, let's check out the north door.
Okay.
Go on, Gobbo.
As you go into the north, there is very little in this room. There is a fireplace to the north, along the north wall. There is what looks like a grandfather clock along the east wall, and there is another table/desk, kind of along the west, and there is a person that is staring at you.
Sorry about the door.
Is this your clock?
Oh god, did we waste all the gears on the...
Is this your clock?
It doesn't seem to acknowledge, other than to just stare at you. And then, as you're looking at it, the face of this person begins to melt into where the flesh dissolves, and all that is left is bulging eyes and a skull, and it comes rushing at you, Thomas.
Oh, so you won't mind if I dismantle your clock?
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. And anyone else that has gazed upon this thing.
I would assume I had. So.
So that'd probably be me too.
Yeah, suppose so.
17.
Okay. 5 for Sully. Thomas?
14.
14. And Barry, were you looking at it or were you kind of paying attention to something else?
Let's find out. Nope. I was looking at it too.
Okay. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
5.
5. Okay. Salik and Barry. Keflark, what did you roll? You rolled 17, didn't you? And Thomas, 14?
Yep.
Salik and Barry, you are frightened. And in fact, you are frightened so much that you have just aged. We're going to do this in human years. Both of you roll a 4-sided die.
1.
Okay.
1.
1. Both of you, Barry, since you're a human, you age 10 years. And Salik, since you are an Aarakocra, you will age 3 years.
Whoa.
Shit, now I'm my age.
And this figure, as it rushes through, it kind of gazes at all of you, and then it kind of dissipates in the room.
Well, there was a whole lot of theatrics for nothing. Turn around and see them older. Oh, what the hell happened to you lot?
That was actually a ghost.
The only D&D monster that can still age things.
Mm-hmm.
Just be thankful it's not 40, 10 plus 40.
My knees still hurt.
Barry and Salik, you're frightened to the point where you kind of want to wait outside the room.
I want to wait outside the room, so.
I would like to dismantle the clock for the timing mechanism.
Make me an intelligence roll, Thomas.
16.
There's something about this clock that prevents you from dismantling it. You're looking at it and you feel like there's something here. Keflark, what would you like to do?
Well, this clock looks kind of weird. What's up with the clock?
You are also looking at the clock. Make me an intelligence roll.
13.
You kind of notice something peculiar about it as well. And also notice that Thomas looks very interested in the gears. Salik and Barry, make me another saving throw to see if you overcome the frightened.
Ooh.
21.
And-
Natural 20.
Dirty 20.
All right, neither of you are frightened anymore and are more than welcome to come back in the room.
All right. So what's this all about the clock here?
It doesn't seem to be working, but yes, it has some peculiar hands on it.
Barry's gonna check the desk.
All right, so Barry checks. I can't even say it anymore.
Check the desk.
Checks the desks. You go ahead and make an investigation roll.
7.
7. You check them, but you're not finding anything other than looks like the person that might have used to sit in here might have been like a manager type person. You see a lot of scrolls with IOUs and people that owe debts to the casino.
I found the king's accountant.
So Barry already checked the desk. Checked the
Yeah,
clock.
but I checked it with a 6. Or 7, excuse me.
Yeah, Keflark, I'll give it a little bit of a go.
You want to check the desk?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Investigation.
Investigation, you said?
Uh-huh.
5.
5. You find a few pins that this person that used to sit at this desk probably wrote those IOUs with, and bonds and debts and things of that nature.
Nah.
Any secret compartments in here? Like an accountant's always got to have something hidden, right?
Usually.
Make an investigation check.
What are you investigating?
Like maybe like hidden plates in the walls.
Okay.
Like-
Sure, go ahead.
17.
You have found a secret door to the north.
Ooh, I like secrets. Is the door locked?
The door is not locked. You believe that you could swing it open with no issue whatsoever.
I check it for traps.
Okay. Make me a roll for that, please.
Non-natural 20.
There are no traps on this.
Push the door open.
Okay. The rest of you kind of look a little bit to the north there and see Thomas finding a secret door and swings it open. And this looks like it might have been a safe at one point. And you swing the safe open only to be disappointed that it is empty, with the exception of a small circle of some kind of a green sauce in the middle of this safe.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Like a green sauce, like maybe some wasabi or something like that. Just a small puddle, just probably about that big around. Other than that, the rest of the safe looks empty.
Hey, Keflark, I found more things for you to eat.
Oh, that looks disgusting. Keflark looks up.
Looking up, you see that the entire ceiling of this safe is covered with some kind of a green ooze or some kind of a greenish slime-looking material.
Well, that'd be our culprit up there. We can't eat no ooze. Cabo, poke it.
Would you like to go into the safe and poke it?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
All right.
Hey, he's turning back. You got some pointy bits on your back, yeah? Little orc, come here.
I walk over and hand him a javelin.
Are you going to stab the on the ceiling or on the floor?
On the ceiling.
Okay.
You notice provoking thing.
You notice as you do that, this slimish material just starts dripping onto the floor, and you hear sizzle as it hits the floor. In fact, some of it gets on the javelin and starts to sizzle down the wooden shaft of the javelin and starts to eat at it right away.
Did we use all of our kegs of oil?
But with a with a quick glance around the safe, you really don't see anything else of here in value.
This ain't important, and just shuts the door again.
Yeah, Barry's gonna leave the room and go check the portcullis.
Okay. All right. Everyone else following?
Oh,
Okay.
Normal marching order?
Yes. Well,
Normal. Yeah.
If you want to. You go out south and then head west a little bit. And then you come up to a portcullis that looks like you would ascertain it to be some type of a prison-type room. And to the right of this portcullis looks like some kind of a device that could be with a hand crank that could be used to raise the portcullis.
Well, shall we?
Go.
And all right, you're gonna start cranking it. As you start cranking the portcullis, you hear "Is somebody out there?"
No.
Not somebody.
Well,
but
I mean,
a
that's
group.
kind of a stupid question. Does this thing move on its own every now and again?
Oh, thank goodness! I've been down here forever. Did you bring some water with you?
Forever.
I'm so thirsty.
Have you lived down here?
Raising the portcullis all the way up.
Yeah.
Okay. As you do, this opens up into a 30 by 50 foot room, and you notice a bunch of shackles coming off of the walls. To the north are three different what look like cells. They have doors with bars for windows. But along the west wall is one individual in particular, and he is sitting facing the north, so you're only seeing one side of him. But he looks to be in some very ragged clothing, and he's sitting there messing with a box. He has a box in his lap, and the box has wood on the top and the bottom and on the sides, and then it looks like metal bars all the way around the box.
Now, like, whispering, like, trying to make it so the other figure can't hear. Like, only undead can really survive without food and water. We should, like, sort of be extra cautious here.
I planned on being cautious. That's why you're going first.
The figure on the floor, you can see that he has one arm that is in a shackle, and both of his feet at the ankles have large chain gang like things wrapped around to keep him from moving, but his left arm is missing a hand. And as you come in, he looks at you. He turns his face to the side, and while one side of his face looks totally normal, the other side looks to be zombie-like. The flesh is dripping off of it. There's an eye that's barely hanging on, and he looks over and he's like, "Did you bring water? I'm so thirsty."
But we do have a glass eye.
You've seen better days, mate.
And then as he's talking to you, he's got this cage in his hand, and there's something inside the cage, and you can't really tell from your angle what it is, but he's just taking it, and he's got a hold of the bars. Again, it's wood on top and bottom, and on the sides looks to be reinforced, and he's got a hold of these bars, and he's just smashing it on the ground, just like, "Son of a, gotta get it out of there." And then he goes back to you asking for, "Do you have anything to eat?"
I say no as I'm like taking a bite from my rations.
Which you got in the box there?
Oh, well, take a look. He holds it up, and inside of the box you see a hand moving around. "It's my hand."
That's not peculiar.
Not the creepiest thing I've seen all day. Sorry, you lose the contest.
Why'd you put your hand in the box?
I didn't put my hand in the box. They said I cheated. Looking off
Well,
to
did you cheat?
looking off to the left, you see a table that has a very small guillotine-sized contraption on top of it, with a few other hands strewn about.
Are they moving?
They are not moving, no.
Okay.
Oh, well, I mean, did you cheat, lad?
Said I was counting cards. I don't know how to count.
I would like to make an insight check on that.
Sure.
16.
Okay. And what are you trying to?
Like, is there something off, or does he seem to generally be telling?
He actually believes everything that he is saying. I can see that you're a little on guard. My name is Ronk Grimstone. And Thomas, you also notice on his belt there looks like a decayed bag of what looks like used to be his thieves' tools. If you all could help me out of this, I would really appreciate it. And get my hand out of this cage.
Yeah,
Slams
and
it on the ground again. Smash,
if I
smash.
help you out of there, what's in it for me?
Well, I thought you might just want to do me a favor. I've been
Well,
sitting
I mean, that looks like a very sturdy lock on your page, and I don't want to risk breaking my thieves' tools for a stranger.
It's like, do I look like a cheetah? He kind of looks at you, and kind of his one eye kind of just droops down a little bit. He slurps it back up, tries to hold it in place.
Well, you don't look like me, if that's what you're saying. Sort
says,
of like
"At least
implying that I am a cheater.
At least help me get my hand out of this box, and I can get out of here myself."
Sure.
What would everybody else like to do?
Hey, he seems like a nice enough lot.
Good.
A little bit misunderstood.
I'm going to ready an Eldritch Blast in case he tries to attack our young thief here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mess with those keys and see if any of them open this.
Okay. And then Barry.
I'm gonna try and open the box with his hand in it.
I am going to ready fairy fire.
Okay. Keflark, you take the keys, and the individual shoves the box out probably about 5 feet. Thomas, you are able to pick it up, and there is, as you pick it up, there's a hand that's like grasped around the metal bar, and it's just like, and it's kind of just scurrying about. And as it's doing it, you see kind of something that's kind of shiny in there as well. If you were to take it over to Keflark, he does have a ring of keys that he is.
There's no fun in that.
But
Oh,
there is a locking mechanism on this, and as far as you can tell, it looks like there's one on each side of this box.
Is there any way to get the shiny piece out of the box without opening it, like through the bar?
It does not look like it. No, it looks like it is a. Why don't you make me a quick perception check?
8.
8. You think it might be something that's attached to the hand, maybe a ring of some type.
Should I offer it to Cufflock to try and use his keys?
yeah. Keflock's gonna try to do that.
All right. Keflak, you see this
Oh,
hand.
mate!
This hand is just scurrying around this little cage and kind of grabs the metal thing and then shakes it and then moves around a little bit. You notice on both ends of it there are 2 locks.
Do I notice the shiny bit?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
That would be 16.
Yes, you do notice a ring that is on the hand, and it is extremely bright. Looks like a gold ring, and it looks like it has some diamonds in it.
How many diamonds?
You might need to open the box.
Oh, mate! If we get your hand out of here, can we look at this ring?
Oh, sure. Do whatever you want.
Trying to open the lock.
Wait. All he says is we have to get the hand out, correct?
Correct.
He did not say we have to get the hand out unharmed.
Does it? Keflock's opening it, by the way.
Where is everyone else standing at this time?
I'm getting my dagger ready to stab the hand.
Okay. Saliki and Barry's still readying the spells, just in case, correct?
Yeah, I'm next to portcullis just in case I need to GTFO real quick.
Yeah, so that's it. No. Now you're gonna try to stab it before it does anything, or what are you trying to do?
Safety precautions.
Keflar,
Okay.
you thumble through the keys, and one of them opens the other side. You hear a click. And using using a different key, you are able to fit the lock on the other one. You hear a click. And you feel the cage move just a little bit, and all you need to do now is just lift it.
Lift.
Okay. And do you want to try to catch the hand, or what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to lift and just grab the hand.
All right. Make me a, let's go with an acrobatics check, or a dexterity check.
I will give him inspiration on this.
Okay.
Okay.
Barry's going to provide you with inspiration.
Can add a d6 to that.
That's not great. That is a whopping grand total of 7.
As you go in to grab the hand, it jumps out of the cage and right on your chest, and then it starts to go up towards your neck.
Stab the hand.
Just unwanted physical contact.
So now you have this hand that has jumped out of the cage and is around your neck. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
And Thomas is
Roll
coming
to
at you with a
stab the
knife.
hand.
What's that?
Take my dagger and try and stab the base of the palm of the hand.
Don't try to stab me in the neck. This is gonna go so well.
Make me
No, that would just be an added bonus.
I will release fairy fire on the hand.
Okay, and what does fairy fire do for that?
So everyone is illuminated.
Actually, I think it's on each object in a 20-foot cube within the range is outlined green or violet. I'm going to say it outlines violet.
Okay.
Any creature within the area, the spell cast also outlined in light if it fails the dexterity saving throw. So everyone has to do a dex save.
Okay.
That's my spell casting DC of 13.
Yeah, and 19. Pretty sure that beats that.
Yeah, you're not glowing.
The
14.
hand is glowing.
Okay, you have advantage on...
Attacks.
yeah,
Okay.
it's also
good
glowing, so you
I
can
have
see it.
advantage to stab the hand.
You have advantage.
16.
A 16 will hit. Keflark, as you are you have this hand reached up around your throat. Thomas comes over with his, what is it, a dagger, a knife?
Dagger, yeah.
Dagger, and just slices
9
it,
points.
stabs it right into the back of the hand, and you are able to pull that off. And now you have this squirming hand that is on your dagger, and then it just falls and is no longer moving.
I knew I should have stabbed this in the box.
No, we had to let it have a chance.
I draw my rapier and point it at the guy in the cage.
He says, you just,
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
He's like, what did you just do to my hand? How am I supposed to get out of these shackles?
Oh, you might not physically be able to get out of them, but I'm sure you will be able to spiritually in a few moments.
All right. What would everyone like to do?
Barry's going to pick up the hand and look at the ring.
Okay.
There's no more on the other side, correct?
There are no more on the other side. That is correct.
Okay. Oi, mate! What's with your head trying to strangle me?
Do you want me to do it, or do you want the pleasure of stabbing him?
Why are
We
you
ain't gonna
worried about
stop
this?
him.
He's locked in the cage. Leave him be.
Just toss the hand aside and leave.
Yeah. who
Sheath
has-
my rapier. Sheath my rapier.
Ain't gonna harm you.
Can Barry take the ring off?
She.
That's my spellcasting DC of 13.
Yeah, and 19. Pretty sure that beats that.
Yeah, you're not glowing.
the
14.
hand is glowing.
Okay, you have advantage on,
Attacks.
yeah.
Okay.
It's also
I could
the
advan-
glowing, so you
I
can
have
see it.
advantage to stab the hand.
You have advantage.
$16.
A 16 will hit. Keflark, as you are, you have this hand reached up around your throat. Thomas comes over with his, what is it, a dagger, a knife?
Dagger, yeah.
Dagger, and just slices
9
it,
points.
stabs it right into the back of the hand, and you are able to pull that off. And now you have this squirming hand that is on your dagger, and then it just falls and is no longer moving.
I knew I should have stabbed this in the box.
No, we had to let it have a chance.
I draw my rapier and point it at the guy in the cage.
He says, you just,
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
He's like, what did you just do to my hand? How am I supposed to get out of these shackles?
Oh, you might not physically be able to get out of them, but I'm sure you will be able to spiritually in a few moments.
All right. What would everyone like to do?
Barry's going to pick up the hand and look at the ring.
Okay.
There's no more on the other side, correct?
There are no more on the other side. That is correct.
Okay. Oi, mate! What's with your head trying to strangle me?
Do you want me to do it, or do you want the pleasure of stabbing him?
Why are
We
you
ain't gonna
worried about
stop
this?
him.
He's locked in the cage. Leave him be.
Just toss the hand aside and leave.
Yeah. who
Sheath
has-
my rapier. Sheath my rapier.
Ain't gonna harm you.
Can Barry take the ring off the hand? Or is it
yeah,
stuck?
you can. You might need to
Okay.
spit on it a little bit. It's kind of tight around his swollen
Oh,
ankle.
no. Fuck that. He just cuts the finger off. Just takes the ring off the other end.
All right. So you now have a diamond ring. Would anybody like to free this gentleman as they leave?
Nope.
No.
I mean, he seems like a decent enough bloke, even if his hand's a little bit fucked up.
Can I have some water at least?
Come on, go chuck the water skin in.
Okay. You do that, and he starts chugging it down like he hasn't drank in years, and you just kind of watch the water kind of just go in his mouth and kind of out of this rotten throat. He's just like, it didn't taste as good as I thought it would. All right.
Oh, man, you're a little bit dead, mate.
Ha! You're a little bit dead too. And he kind
No, I'm
of
pretty sure I'm still alive.
other than that, he kind of just puts his head down and goes on to kind of talking to himself a little bit more.
Yeah, he's real proper bugged. Right, moving on.
You think we found all the clues?
Are we ready to pull
Or
some
four and
cards?
4 cards.
I think we're about ready to pull some cards.
All right, what would you all like to do?
Go head back.
Back
Yeah.
to the casino?
Wait.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so you head back to the casino room, and everyone still looks to be having a good time, even though they don't notice you. Several illusions about and things of that nature. And the same clerical figure, Priestess of Tymora, is over there. And you can see her eyebrows raised just a little bit, and she's kind of surprised to see you back.
Barry will approach the table.
Okay. She says, "Greeting, travelers," and she spreads out a row of 52 cards. But this time, as you look at the cards, they look solid, and the diamonds and hearts are vibrant red, and the spades and clubs are a dark black.
A question, milady.
Yes.
Is there an order?
There is no order, just as long as you pick the correct 4 cards. But must I warn you, pick the wrong one, and you may be staying with us for a while.
Barry will reach down and pull the 3 of diamonds.
Very good.
The 9 of spades.
Also a wise choice.
Was that the 6 of clubs?
6 clubs, yeah.
6 of clubs.
Very good. This one's always the toughest.
And the King of Hearts.
As you pull the 4 cards, you notice that the floating dice that you've seen earlier kind of just come down and sit on the table and become a solid form and kind of just on the table in front of you. She's like, "Take these, but use them wisely." No.
Barry
problem.
sits on the floor, tucks his head between his legs, and has a panic attack.
Keflock, in true orc fashion, will come up and take the dice. Oh, these are mine now.
The dice are yours, and you have successfully completed the puzzle, the Chamber of Tymora.
Physically shaking.
Well done,
I was
everyone.
really nervous about that last one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Suicide King. That was good. Whew. Man, awesome.
I got to make a bomb. That was worth it.
That was crazy.
I wanted it.
I did have more combat planned, but I see we're running a little bit late on time, so I kind of scored it around those and stuff. Since but man, that was awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. I was nervous as shit. You think you're shaking? I'm like, I'm too.
You did an amazing job, lad.
Oh, thank you very
You
much.
did a fantastic job.
That was
So we're
fun.
gonna be-
Absolutely.
Now,
Awesome.
now the most important part. Experience.
Yeah.
Oh, this was the experience, lad.
Was a fantastic experience, and that's the only type of experience you need.
Everyone goes up a level.
I don't know where I'm putting that.
Yeah, that's. I've always been a level up by gaming session kind of a guy.
Yeah, me too. That turned against me, didn't it?
To be fair, we have not leveled up in quite some time, Fox.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you had a shopping session.
All right, so a few things I was surprised on. Number 1, in absolute, well, let's go back in backwards order. Number 3 would have been that none of you tried to spin the Wheel of Fortune or pull from the deck of many things. Thank goodness.
Oh, never.
I wanted to so badly.
I didn't want to put it in there, but I was like, man, this is an old gambling casino. How can it not be locked away somewhere in a dungeon? Just for like, yeah, we had this out at one time. It went bad. We got to put this away. And then the Wheel of Fortune. Number 2, nobody went in the shelter scroll. That would have been cool. Hang it on the wall.
No, we'll,
Have a quick
we'll,
break.
we'll have that for later.
Yep,
Oh
there you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
And then number 1 was the fucking bomb.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that whatsoever. I was thinking I was gonna run the Oculos for him. That was gonna be awesome.
Clockworks, oil.
Yeah, I don't even know if they work, but it was good.
I'd say, oh, with Orky Tech, you can make anything work.
Very nice. Very nice. And our third and fourth position.
You want to Rochambeau for it?
Sure.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. God damn it, Hawk. I will go next.
The park has been broken. It doesn't matter.
I'm just going
4
third.
for 4.
Okay. You know the best part about it is I was watching it and there's a time delay, so Fox was always last, so it's like he's doing it on purpose.
Oh, it was.
I wasn't.